Boom. Yeah, we're
Yeah. Yes.
live. Look at
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Dude.
Yes. Yes.
Rob,
Best
we
opening so far. Best opening we've had.
well, you were in a good costume there, and I felt like,
Yeah, it was
you know,
funny. I had a funny hoodie on.
I have a soundboard that I was hoping to set up, but I didn't. But
Whoa.
appreciate that a soundboard will be used eventually.
What is that? Like sound effects or like a
Yeah,
drum machine?
it will be like sound effects eventually if I am able to
Yeah.
actually, get it.
Yeah. We gotta get some farts. Yeah.
Whole show fart noises. Great, it'd be
Can't
great.
wait.
But yeah,
Can't
we
wait.
don't have an opening for the show. We don't even play music before the show. I know.
Oh
We got
wow.
to
How
figure it
do
out.
Yeah, how would we do that? We should get a band.
We should have
Should
a
start a
band.
band.
If any band, any touring, we want big bands. Rolling Stones,
Yeah.
the Wu-Tang Clan. Like if they're willing to just get on here and do it, it'd be great. Uh,
We should have a contest. Someone should make a theme song for the show and then email it to you, and then we'll not pay them money, but we'll play it every week. Yeah.
that's how we win. Rob,
Hollywood.
we've been doing this for a while. I was realizing this. We have been every time people say like, "Oh, you've been how long have you been doing that show?" I'm like, "Oh, just like a month or two." We've
I
been
know it's been a while. Seems like we'd be better at it.
No, we are not. But we have an amazing group of people tonight on the
Yeah.
show. We
Yeah,
got Phil Augusta Jackson, who is a great musician and also a super talented Emmy award winning.
Not the Lakers coach. A lot of people in the comments were saying, "Is
Yeah.
it the Lakers coach?
No.
The old Lakers coach?" No, it's not him.
What people would, I think, a lot of people think like the Bulls coach because that's really got where he, success.
Oh, that's sorry. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah, yeah. Same guy, just
Same
different. Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell is coming on the show to talk about what, maybe how everything went down last week.
Yeah, we may have lost a friend. We may have lost. I can't tell if we are on bad terms with Jerry. We'll get into that with him.
We last week, if you didn't know, we bombed Jerry O'Connell's Instagram page. We told everyone to go on his Instagram page and say your tape leaked, and we saw it.
That's all it was. Is everyone like I don't know how many. It was a lot. It was like a few thousand people. I think it just said your tape leaked and we saw it. It actually. I started looking at it that night and it was a little alarming. Like if you got that, if I got that message, I would be really worried.
Well, yeah, I got really nervous, and then I realized maybe Jerry didn't even look at it. But
he may not have. We don't know. We haven't talked to him. We don't know if he's even seen it. He hasn't commented, right?
He hasn't commented on it. We don't know, but Jerry will come. We'll walk it through with Jerry. We'll see what happens there.
We'll figure it out.
By the way, I know there's a lot of new people here right now. There's almost like 4,000 people that are watching the show.
Wow.
And it's because we're on the front page today on Twitch, which is exciting. So if you don't know, this is a show that Rob and I do. I don't even know how you describe it. It's kind of like a talk show. It's kind of like a comedy show. We just
sometimes it's funny. It's I think it's just us hanging out and dicking around, right?
Yeah, with our friends. And tonight, like we said, we'll have Jerry O'Connell here. We'll have Laci Mosley, who you might know from the Scam Goddess podcast.
Yes.
And Seth Rogen is going to be on the show. So this is going to be a big thing.
Now that is Seth Rogen, not the old Bulls coach, right? That's Seth. We're talking about Seth Rogen, the actor comedian.
Seth Rogen actually started as a Bulls coach, was fired, and then Phil Jackson replaced him. That's the way I understood it to be. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
yeah,
big show. I gotta say, man, that the show keeps getting bigger, and you have really upped your production value. You got the camera with the soft focus, the deep focus, or whatever it is, and fancy stuff. I'm trying to keep it real. I know a lot of people are giving me shit. I got to get my act together, get better lighting and a better camera. Guys, somebody has got to keep it real. We can't all be Hollywood weirdos like Scheer, who's always making money plugging. If you're just joining us watching the show, you'll notice Scheer will drop in little things that are where he's getting paid to mention a product. I don't get that.
To me, it's not about. I don't get paid to mention products. What I do get paid to mention is friendships, and friendships are kind of like Heineken Light. They're just like the real thing, but they don't fill you up.
Right? That's their slogan. It's just like the real thing, but they don't fill you up.
Yeah, I mean, look, am I drinking a non-alcoholic Heineken? I am. I really am. I just grabbed something from the fridge. I'm drinking a non-alcohol. That's where the
Do you
quarantine has brought me.
do you think that and we were talking about this before, it is pretty huge that we've been in lockdown for a year.
Yeah.
It was a year ago this week we did our last UCB show, and
Dude.
then that last like Facebook improv show, and then we were just fucking locked down,
Yeah, well,
and it's been a fucking year.
it's crazy because I think what you said this week, like, oh my God, can you believe it's been a year since we performed at UCB Theater? Rob and I perform every week, and we've been performing every week since really since we moved out to LA, like in 2005.
Yeah.
So we haven't performed in the longest time ever. And you're like, can you believe it was our last Facebook show? And I remember that I wasn't allowed to go to that Facebook show. June held me back from going. She's like, it's too dangerous because that
Sounds
was
like something June would say. It sounds exactly like June.
but that night that actually went down, like the night that like lockdown was about to happen, what happened was Showtime sent me and Yasser, we're both on this show called Black Monday.
Oh, here we go again with the
plug.
fucking plugs.
Season 3 coming soon. We already started shooting. That's why I shaved my beard. So I wanted to show this. We had to host this like preview of Black Monday at the ArcLight, and we get there, and everyone's a little bit on edge. They're like, "Hey, it's weird, right? Like this COVID thing. It's kind of crazy. Did you hear like Tom Hanks has COVID?" And we're like, "Oh no." And they're like, yeah, they're saying that you shouldn't even gather with a group of people. Now we're about to go into a movie theater with a bunch of people
to try to be funny.
Yeah, and they're like, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And then as we're walking in there, they're like, the NBA just canceled all of their games. And then we had to go into a crowded theater and tell these people this. And they were already like online to go see this show, and people started leaving the theater because they were like, I'm not staying in a crowded theater. And so we took this picture. We took this picture where we are in front of like an empty theater and everyone is coughing. We made everybody cough because we thought that would be really
hilarious
funny.
Joke. Hilarious.
We did not know what we were doing, but everyone there, if it couldn't zoom in harder, but everyone is coughing in that picture. We're like, oh, that's funny. And so, I mean, we basically hosted a super spreader event the night of lockdown right there.
Isn't it crazy though? Like we were talking just about how, I know everyone's sort of processing this also. And thank God it does seem like there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it feels like, hopefully in the next few months it'll be getting a lot better. But it is crazy to think about a year and just like think about that time. Obviously, there's been so much serious stuff that's gone on, but like and so much like, sadness and everything. Yeah. But when you try to just be selfish for a second and think about like your own life, like, okay, what have I done? Like, what have I done this year? And I was thinking about, I don't know if you're like this at all, but I was thinking about like some of the bad habits that I've gotten into.
Oh,
do you feel like that at all? Like you've developed like some things that you like, just
a part of the fear of the quarantine kind of ending for me is that I'm going to have to start wearing pants again. I really have jumped into multiple types of sweatpants and and exercise
just all sweatpants all the time. Someone in the comments said this, and I kind of relate. They were like, someone said, "Oh, there's so many people watching this show right now. It gives me social anxiety," which I really do sort of feel now. Like I had lunch with a friend of mine outside this week at his house. It was me and him and like two other people, and I couldn't keep the ball up in the air as far as a conversation. It was like kind of like a bad date where you're just like, oh, anyway, what else? But I could feel myself thinking,
but there is truthfully nothing happening. Like, what else? I don't know what's happening. I haven't really left the house. We started shooting Black Monday again this week, and that was kind of daunting because I've not been around like a group of like 100+ people. Yeah. And like I came home and I was exhausted. Like I think I'm exhausted just from like seeing more than like the 4 people that live in my house.
Yeah. Yeah. What other, and not to get like too personal, but I mean, as far as like bad habits, I can tell you like I've experimented with, stuff to kind of get out of my head a little bit, like late at night. I started off like huffing. You know what huffing is? Where you spray paint into a bag and then you so it started off doing that, and I very quickly built up a tolerance to that. So now I just pour like, I'll find a paper bag and then just
Hold on,
mix
Rob.
in like
Wait, hold on.
gasoline, paint thinner, turpentine, everything. Just
Rob, that's not. Well, hey, dude, that's not a. That's
oh,
not.
I'm
It's not
telling
a.
you that
No, it's
I'm
not a bad habit.
I gotta
It's
shake
a
that
problem.
habit. Yeah, I gotta shake it because it definitely, I started mixing in Raid. We talked about Raid. I've
Yeah,
been
we.
huffing Raid. Yeah.
Rob,
So,
that you have a problem, man.
yeah, I'm telling you, I know that I do. I know that I do. I'm also not proud of the fact that this is another kind of a dumb thing I started to do. Do you know what a peeping Tom is?
Yeah,
It's
I know
when
what a peeping.
you,
Yeah,
well, I got sort of fascinated with my neighbors and
yeah.
like their lives and what they're doing. And so, it started off very innocently, sort of
Right,
creeping
right.
around through their backyard, looking in their windows to see what they're
Yeah.
doing. And then, some nights I would be aroused by it. So
Oh,
one thing would
Rob.
lead to another. But anyway, now I've fully fallen down a rabbit hole of like every night, hours and hours in their bushes, in their yard, seeing what's going on,
No, Rob.
sometimes
This.
jacking it,
No, okay. Whoa, You're jacking it to
I'm
your
telling
neighbors.
you that it is a problem that I'm dealing
No,
with.
Rob.
I'm being
Okay,
honest.
a bad habit in quarantine is something simple like, oh, I have a glass of wine every night. Like every night. Like I
I'm not an
drank every night.
alcoholic, Paul. I'm not
Wait,
an
you
alcoholic.
do that?
No, I don't do that. I don't
Okay.
have that problem. I do have the huffing
No,
problem
Rob.
and the jacking off in the bushes
Okay,
problem.
don't say that in a public space. Do not talk about jacking off into bushes. You
We
get
said that we were going to reflect on 1 year and look back. I'm reflecting and I'm
okay,
looking back.
Rob. All right, all right. First of all, let me just say this. I also have had some bad habits.
Here we go. Great.
What I've been doing is late at night, I will get up in the middle of the night and
Are you okay?
go out. Just hear me out. I'll go out into my neighborhood and I go into people's houses and I fuck with their DVRs or their Apple TVs and I'll buy movies like that new Tom Holland movie on Apple and I'll buy
Cherry?
it. I won't
Yeah.
Cherry. I'll just buy it for them and then
Are you being paid to promote Cherry?
no,
Be
I'm not.
honest.
No, and then I'll go and I'll delete recordings on their DVR of things that they really wanted to watch. And
You break into people's homes and alter their DVR scheduled recordings?
I let myself in, Rob. I let myself in.
That breaking and enter Paul, you could get
Breaking.
killed.
Okay, breaking.
I thought what I was
they
doing
don't
was
get killed
bad.
because I
Looking
do
in
the
their
smoke
windows,
thing.
I thought what I was doing was bad. That's like you're gonna go to prison for that.
No, because I do that thing where I shouldn't even be talking about. I put that smoke through the vents so they don't wake up.
What smoke?
Um,
Sleeping gas?
Yeah, I have like
you
they call
you
it
have a
sleeping gas.
guy.
I have it's basically carbon dioxide. I basically hook up the tailpipe of my car, which is not a hybrid. It's actually a gas guzzler, and I put a hose into the house and make everybody sleep.
That's not sleeping gas. That's carbon monoxide, and that's lethal. That it could kill them.
I thought
Okay?
this is an open
So
space to talk
it
about
is a safe
things.
space, man. I that's what I wanted was an honest, open discussion to look back on a year, talk about growth,
Yeah.
talk about failings. But this is fucked up. This is like attempted murder. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Okay.
really that is a real. You need to kick that habit.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess it's fine. It's
Let's try to look
Okay.
on the bright side. Have you started anything have you changed anything in your life or a new hobby, a new way of doing things that you
like a business or something? I know that you started a business, right? You started a business.
I mean, I started a small business because I took out a loan. When Trump was in office, I took out like Tom Brady. I got a $4 million loan, and I
that was good.
I started a small business because Tom Brady inspired me. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I make hand painted threats that you can
I
leave
heard about this. Can we?
on your neighbor's front porch or
Yeah.
in their car, on their windshield.
Like this is
Yeah,
one of them.
there's
Yeah.
one. I painted this one. I know where you live, asshole. So I started this business with my PPP loan. I think that's the
Wow,
name
you
of
had a
it.
$4 million loan to.
4 million bucks. Yeah. Well, I had to buy a lot of construction paper and a lot of watercolor and a lot of stencils. So that's one I did. This actually took several days to do.
Wow.
But there's a
Really?
lot.
It just seems
Yeah.
like a stencil. Okay.
Well, it takes a lot because my hand, I get cramps in my hand.
Oh,
So
okay.
it takes
Maybe
a
you're
long
not
time for me.
okay.
Huh?
Why does it look like there's like water on the E in the asshole there? It's like
Because it sounds like you're being negative about my business,
no, I'm
but
not. I'm not. Hey, I'm not.
these are hand painted. So
Okay.
part of the charm is the the flaws in the
Okay.
art.
Okay. Well, let me see another one here. You
It's
got.
part of it. Yeah, that's another one that I did. My teenage son says that you sold him fake weed. Again, these aren't specific to my life. These are for sale for customers, people that want to buy these from me. They go to my website. Um,
Yeah.
I don't have a teenage son, and if I did, he wouldn't be buying fake weed from my neighbor. But a lot of people do have
Right.
this problem.
Right.
So that's one for you. This one
Okay.
also took several weeks to finish because of my hand cramps.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
With, you know,
Well, this one.
but I finally got that one. This one again is for someone who knows somebody named Donnie.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
know
very
anyone.
specific one. I mean, I played. I mean, not to plug it, but I did play a character named Donnie on 30 Rock. You know, no big deal.
Oh, geez, man.
Not to
Why-
plug
I
it.
don't even understand the logic of going back
30
to
Rock.
plug a show from like 10 years ago.
Watch it. Watch it.
What
Wherever
money
you,
could you, what, are you going to get more residuals because more people are going to watch it?
you know, look, I just, you know, I love people talking about my work, celebrating my work. So this is great. Like this is maybe, I thought maybe subconsciously you're kind of celebrating my seminal work on 30 Rock by saying like Donnie says.
Honestly, dude, I
Yeah.
can tell you it had nothing to do with you. I was just
Wow.
imagining, a person who knew someone named Donnie, and then there was this other guy, and maybe he was a cop. There was some confusion.
A
So
lot
you
of
could buy
people,
the-
yeah, a lot of people
buy
in the
this
chat are
sign.
saying that it reminds them of 30 Rock. Yeah, people are
Well,
saying, you know, career defining role. Thank you.
You
You know.
you can cite what people say in the
Seminal.
chat. It
Thank you
doesn't
so much.
matter. It doesn't matter. All these people in the chat, they always take your side. They never take my side.
Yeah, no, this is great.
These are all your buddies from the Discord where you guys go on there and you talk shit about me. Probably. I don't ever go on there because I don't want to get stabbed.
But people are loving these signs, by the way.
Oh, great.
You know,
Yeah.
People
Well,
are.
I think I got.
You got to
do I
get
have any
some more.
more?
Yeah, you have some more here.
Okay. Did you kill Stewart? Be honest. Now, this one is one that took me a long time. I was inspired by this I imagined someone in a neighborhood that had, they found out that someone named Stewart had been killed.
Right.
And so the whole neighborhood was like, what? Oh no, what happened? And so they thought like maybe it was this one guy. So people that if you live in a neighborhood where someone named Stewart was murdered, you can go on my website, you can buy this sign, and then you can put it on their door. And
Rob,
that's just
they're getting more and more specific. The Donnie one, the Stewart one. I mean, how many of you
that's
have
Paul, if you knew anything about business at all, that's what a business is. You find a niche and you fill it. And that's what I'm doing.
Is it a niche or a niche?
That's a great question. I don't know. I
don't know either. I don't know either. Yeah.
Business school. Yeah.
So, people in the chat, let us know. Let us know by writing niche or niche, so we can see. But people are also mourning Stewie too. So I guess this is
it's
is
not
nice.
Stewie, it's Stewart, Paul. And
All
again, this is someone that I'm imagining.
Wait, so this sign doesn't work for Stewie?
Well, Stewie makes me think of Family Guy. Is that where you were going? I don't know.
Oh, I wasn't. No, I wasn't on Family Guy, so I have no reason to talk about it.
That was a Family Guy diss. For sure. If you know someone named Stewie who was murdered,
it would work.
You could also buy this sign, and that would apply to that unsolved murder also.
I think,
but
do you have one more?
These are this is watching you watch House Hunters International. Now this was really sort of taken from my life because as I mentioned earlier, I do like to look in my neighbors' windows. And I can see that a lot of them watch House Hunters International. So I thought, oh well, if my
isn't it all fake?
Watching, That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know how television production works, but
By the way, Rob, we got to talk about our fake thing. This is actually
oh
pretty.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
actually
yeah.
pretty
Do we
amazing.
have time to? We because we got. But
Yeah,
I do.
we have our first guest coming up in a second, but this is actually good because it ties into this moment right now. So Rob and I did the show together called Human Giant, and we can maybe pull this clip up a little bit later. But one of the things that we did when we were promoting the show was we were good friends with the guys from College Humor, and there was Jake and Amir. They had this series called Prank Wars, where they would prank each other, and so they were super super popular. And we were trying to make sure that people knew about our show, and they asked us to come on their show and do a prank. Now, when we were shooting this, what we knew, and no one else did, because it's like a hugely highly rated series, was that all these pranks were written and sketched out. But to everybody else, they thought they were completely real. Yeah. And Rob and I...
They were fake. Yeah, they were fake pranks, but those guys treated it super real, but they were both in on it.
Yes, but everybody who watched them also thought they were real. And so the prank that we set up was that we were going to audition Amir to be on Human Giant. And then he did his scene, and we're being really hard on him, and we make him cry. And then right when he's like really lost it, we tell him like, ha ha, prank's on you. There's no part. You're not going to be on Human Giant. And he literally bursts into tears and like runs away. And for years, people always ask like, what was that like? Didn't you feel so badly? Wasn't that so awful that you did that to that kid? And I would say, yeah, well, they had their thing. And I mean, did you do that too? You kind of played it off, right?
Yes. I can tell you, man, until today, I have never owned up to that because, and I don't know those guys super well. I think they're super funny, but I only see them like, every so often. But yeah, they're super funny guys. But they just out of respect for their bit, I just like never owned up to it. And for 10, 15 years now, so many people have asked like, what was the deal with Jake and Amir? Why were you guys so mean to him? And it was like, I always just said, it was a prank show. I'm sorry if he got his feelings hurt, but it was a prank show and he should be tougher or whatever. Today on Twitter, Amir owned up to it and said like, oh, the whole thing was fake. I should have said that. So I responded to that and I was like, oh, finally we can talk about this.
I mean, this is literally a secret that, I mean, I'm being very serious in saying that I kept this secret since 2006. Like literally, I think like 3 months ago, someone asked me about this thing. I know. And I've really and I felt so good. I'm like, and I've never been one of those people to be like, that was all fake. I'm going to tell you on the side. I've been like, nope. It was like, I'm keeping this integrity. And then they just like blew it on Twitter. I was like, motherfucker, like that's how you you release it on us.
Yeah, it was funny. I don't know what changed in their world where they suddenly owned up to it, but
maybe
for me, I was like, oh, good, because you know how when you have like certain lies in the back of your head, and you're like,
yes,
am I keeping that lie going? Am I keeping it? It's like it's good to be able to purge them and be like, okay, good, that's one less lie.
But we essentially created a scam. Like we were part of a big scam, and which is actually a perfect segue into our first guest.
You are getting good with these segues, Scheer. I'm telling you.
I mean, look, I'm going to tell you, just like Heineken, it's just like the real thing.
Oh boy. That's their slogan. It's just like the real thing. I feel like you don't know the slogan.
Little, green, different. Heineken non-alcoholic beer. Why is it in my fridge? I don't know.
How many non-alcoholic beers can you throw back?
Oh, I'll knock out like 3 or 4 of these a night, and and I am good to drive. I mean, literally, I could drink a 6-pack, and I'm not affected I'll wake up the next morning with nothing. Like it's like nothing.
Amazing.
So yes, we have kept this lie, this prank, this scam for a very long time, and it actually ties into our first guest, who is not only a hilarious actress. You've seen her on shows like Florida Girls, but she also has this amazing podcast called Scam Goddess, which you can listen to on the Team Coco Network. Please welcome Laci Mosley. Laci, what's up?
Yes.
Yes.
How are you
Yes.
guys?
We are good. Happy 1 year quarterversary.
Is it?
Oh my
Is that what people say? Is it quarterversary? Is that the term? I guess it is.
I'm trying to figure it out. I feel like this is the
Well, we
first
said-
time.
The black folks were saying teen.
Okay.
For a minute. It's like, oh, we were in the teens, so this will be my teen anniversary, you know.
Oh, I
That
like
makes
this.
sense.
That's better. It sounds better.
Yeah.
Teeniversary.
Right.
Yeah,
We also
yeah.
have fun names for the pandemic, you know, the Ponderosa, the Pantene Pro-V, the Pop Pop Pow, the Pipper Pew, the Panera Bread.
It's been such a blast. It's been such a blast.
Wait, what have you, like, in this time, have you taken up any hobbies? Have you done anything? Like, what was like a defining moment for you? Because I think everyone is like, I mean, everyone I know baked their bread and did their thing, but did you do anything that you were like excited about that you actually feel like, oh, this is something I got to do here that I feel good about?
Okay, well, look, I didn't bake nobody's bread. I'll leave that to Mrs. Beard and the girls over at Name Brand Bread Company. I don't eat bread like that, I guess, 'cause I can't even think of another bread company off my head. I went to a Mrs. Beard's factory as a school field trip in Texas. It's Texas. But the hobby that I came up with over quarantine was I started going roller skating.
Whoa.
Oh, with Nicole, do you go
Nice.
roller skating with Nicole
Yeah, I
Byer?
am a part of skate gang with Nicole Byer. We all roller skate. And what was funny was when I got the skates, 'cause, you know, your girl, I've been on some skates before or whatever, but I got these skates and I forgot that LA is just full of secret hills. Like it
Oh,
don't look
yeah.
like a hill, so you on wheels.
It comes up on it and it gets you real bad because I do that on my bike. I'll be like, I'm gonna go out for a bike ride, and then I'm getting off my bike to walk it up because I'm like, where did this come from? This is too high, and we're not in San Francisco.
Yes, and that's
Wait.
why. Wait, go ahead.
Well, Laci, I thought when you said you go roller skating, I thought you meant like at a rink somewhere. Like I was imagining you're talking about out in neighborhoods and like up hills.
Rinks
and
are
stuff?
closed because rinks are closed.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Oh,
That's cool, the
man.
skating rink.
Yes.
No, I did it. So the first time I did it, I got the skates. I was extra hyped. My pads had not come in the mail yet. I was like, all right, Jeff Bezos, it's cool. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
out with just skates. I open the door, I leave, and I'm rolling. I'm like, yeah, I'm skating. And then I realized like I haven't moved my legs at all. Like I just started rolling.
Yeah, because like I have some experience with skates because last season on the
Oh, here we go. He's gotta plug.
yeah, plug it up, plug it
plugging,
up.
always
I'm plugging it
plugging.
hard. Black Monday, I had to roller skate. I had to learn how to roller skate, and I was doing it outdoors. And we learned in the beginning in a rink, and then you have to go outside, and there's nothing more embarrassing than not being confident on skates and being outside and cars are driving by. Like it is. It was a gut wrenching moment for me to just feel like I'm like out there looking like a duck learning how to like walk for the first time or something like that. It is.
And as an adult, it's very jarring to be like, who's that grown man over there falling into the bushes? Like, is that Paul Scheer? Like, in the
helmet,
bush-
pads, knee pads. Like I'm like, just like.
Yes.
Did
Big
you
rocket power energy? Yes.
did you grow up skating, like going to roller rinks and stuff?
Yes, I did. I'm not like I just learned how to go backwards and it's very shaky. But I started going to skate gang because when I started rolling on that street and realized I wasn't moving shit, bruh, all of a sudden everywhere I've ever lived was a hill. I'm sliding going down so fast. I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to use the brakes. These are inlines. I slid under a parked car.
Oh.
Whoa.
Like slid under.
Whoa.
Well, oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm getting so
And
nervous.
There were some people on a stoop and they look horrified. And I just like looked up and I was like, you can laugh. Like,
It is like it is. You're bringing me back to those moments, like because you can go down so hard, and then there's this moments where you make, or at least for me, I would make these decisions like, I'm going across this street. I hope I don't get hit by this car. Like I'm gonna go with confidence because I can't slow down, and I'm hoping that like my speed will take me across before that car hits me, and then I would have like a confidence as the cars flew by, like. Yeah, I got this. I got this. I'm just trying to I'm trying to hold it together. And I always told June, I was like, June, if you ever hear that people, because my roller skating teacher was with me a lot of times, Apple, who's awesome. But I was literally also
Now
holding
you're plugging your roller skating instructor.
Appaloosa is on TikTok. You can watch her.
Bags.
But I told June, I was like, you might hear people talking about me that have been in Burbank seeing me holding hands with a woman because I'm roller skating down the street and she'd have to hold me to get me into certain spots and positions. I was like, this is sad. I do look like a Make-A-Wish kid getting some sort of thing. It was awful.
That's a good, but that is a good quarantine activity.
Yeah.
That was smart to get into something like that. It's fun. It's outdoors. It's with your friends. No one's going to get sick from roller skating. That was a good call.
And I can't wait to go back to, because I was actually getting really good at it. I want to go back to a roller skating rink because that seems like there's a place in Burbank where they have a live piano player. John C. Reilly goes there and will it's the one by the Home Depot. That one over there. Do you know where that by the train track?
Yeah, they shot Flavor of Love in there back in the day.
Yeah, and I learned, I was in there learning it up, and it's but they have old school piano, and it's and there's an energy to skaters. It's because there's new skaters, and then there are people who are I'm 67, and I've been skating, and I've been skating since 20, and you're like, all right, yeah.
And now there's a the skaters have swag now. There's so many amazing Black women skaters who are out here just giving you everything. I'm okay, I'm just trying to stay up. Go forward. I can do a little bit. I got some tiny tricks. Tiny baby.
You gotta, yeah. All right. We have to get a skating night together because I feel like I want to go.
What would happen? What would happen if you took roller skates to one of the LA skate parks? Could you skate around, or would they be get the fuck out of here with your roller skates? I don't know what the culture is like.
Yeah,
it's gang. So roller skaters and skateboarders don't fuck with each other.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if I saw Tony Hawk, I would recognize him, but I would still be shady as fuck.
The most I got was I roller skated while my kids were riding their bicycle on the Santa Monica that roadway. But that accommodates everything. You see people on the recumbent bikes. People are there's a lot of weird shit going on. They're rented inline skates, and they look really sloppy as hell. So it's it's a big mess.
And it's flat. That's what you need, because woo, I did not know about those hills, and I fucked up some people's cars, and I feel bad about that. I would have left a note, but I didn't have no paper, and I didn't want to.
Yeah. If you hit a car with roller skates, that car should take that. The car should be that's on us. No.
Yeah.
Did you hear? Oh yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Go ahead.
Did you hear us talking about how we had to keep up alive for 15 years, Rob and I?
Yes, I did, and I'm proud of you guys. Lying is essential.
It's exhausting. I'm so glad I can speak the truth about that prank show now.
I mean, but your podcast, which is I think so fascinating because it's I feel like there's so many serious podcasts about whatever it is, the McDonald's monopoly, there's a lot of these, you approach these scams with it's the way that you want to talk about it. It's the way that you talk about it with your friends, not it's not journalism, but you have all the facts. So it feels like journalism. You get the comedy and the news at the same time of this thing.
Right. We are journalism light.
Yes.
I've said several times so that I cannot be sued formally. I am not a journalist. We do cite our sources.
Yes.
I am a talking head on ABC's The Con. I'm gonna plug this show too.
Wait. Get those plugs in the chat. Wait, what do you comment? Wait, what show is it?
So I'm a scam expert. I will try to get them to put MD on there. Y'all don't even know where my degree is from. Okay, it's called the School of Life. I'm a scamiologist on The Con on ABC on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So we get on there and we talk about criminals. But what I love about what we do, or I say we, it's just me, but I like to say we so I don't sound crazy. What I love about what happens on my show is we want to have fun. I watched the McDonald's one about on HBO.
Yeah.
And I had already done that scam, but the thing that really hurt me was it was so from the hater perspective. On my show we call things hater jobs. Being a parking meter maid is a hater job. being the person at the casino who taps somebody and tells them that they have to go to another table and fucks up the mojo. That's a
Right.
hater job. Like, it's like this little job, the IRS. You crunch your little baby numbers and being a hater. You know what I mean? So that the Monopoly one, I didn't like to see it from the cops' perspective because it was a hater job. I want to cheer the criminals on. I want them to win.
What have been like some of the favorite scams that you've talked about?
Ooh, so one of my favorite scams I do want to talk about today is
Yes.
Pretty current. Philly fighting COVID.
Okay, this is great. I have some. She sent me some slides so I can pull them up here, and I'm gonna position you the right way. Here we go. So I'll show you this first thing here. Boom. There we go. Boom.
Okay, so I want to get this man's name right, but okay, so you see this gentleman right here.
Yes.
Y'all just guess how old he is.
I mean,
oh boy, 12.
I'm saying that. Wait, no, I'm saying like he's 25, 26. Like that's where I feel
he's
like
either 12 or like 40.
Well, he's 22.
Okay.
So he says, okay, which I was like, at some point in his life, his name is Andre.
Okay.
And at some point, Andre Doroshin was 22. Is it today? Is it now? I don't think so. You know, he's giving second marriage. It's
Yes.
giving, carpool and,
By the way, I'm gonna start using that giving second marriage vibes. Like that speaks more volumes than anything. It's
Very
like
specific.
been around, got it.
Right. So my King Andre,
Mhm.
he went to college not for anything in public health, nothing in the medical field. He has a degree in psychology. And
Okay.
my boo Andre really used his whiteness in the way that I wish other white people would, which was scamming your own and scamming the government.
Whoa.
He made a startup, 6 months of work, right?
Yeah.
Where he said that he was going to administer COVID-19 vaccines to the public in Philadelphia.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Wait
Now,
a
does
second.
anything about him give you vaccination? Are you
No.
getting immunization?
No, I don't think. I think when you wear a Henley, you are specifically saying, "I am not a doctor." Like I feel like the Henley is the most undoctor thing you can wear. Like at least put on some scrubs or shirt and tie. That's the doctor look. That's somebody who should be giving you a vaccination, not a Henley. I don't think a Henley gets in there.
So did he get like a big government loan and stuff?
So he didn't get a government loan, honey. He got better than that. The government gave my little homeboy Andre like hundreds of thousands of vials of the vaccine.
What? What?
He had all the infrastructure. Here's how he got it. So he came up with this plan, right, with his homeboy, and they created a presentation for the Philadelphia local government. They had a PowerPoint.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, y'all didn't hear me. I said they had a PowerPoint.
I mean, that does take a fair amount of work.
Look,
Yeah,
I've
you
been
gotta
working
put
on
the slides. In
This
there,
is
and you
technically a PowerPoint that we were looking at before. I mean, I know it is hard to organize them.
So who the fuck shipped him all of the vials? Like, what was this? Please tell me this was not a Biden fuck up. Was this a Trump fuck up or a Biden fuck up?
No, this was the city of Philadelphia. So you
Yeah.
know, immunization is different state to state.
Yeah.
The city of Philadelphia was like, oh, we didn't even think about how we were going to give the girls the shots. So, you got a plan? Well, come on in, Andre. So what I love about
By the way, I want to say one thing about Philadelphia, and I don't want to have any. I oddly have taken shots at Philly. I like Philly; it's great, but I do always think about Philly now as like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. One of the fans like ate horse shit like off the street like in celebration, and that always strikes me as like Philly's got some weird shit going on. Like it's like you're celebrating your team winning and you're eating horse shit. Like, yeah, we did. Like, all right.
Yeah.
That
So anyway.
adds up to me. Because also Philly sports fans will turn against their own team. I have seen Philly like Eagles fans out here throwing shit at their own team. They don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I love that for them.
Oh, okay. So this guy gets all these vaccines. This
Yeah.
is
And
wild.
I
Okay.
know what you're thinking, Paul,
Right,
Rob.
yeah.
I know what you're thinking now. You're thinking like, Okay, but how does a random guy who gets all these vaccines from the city, how is he going to motivate people to show up and get vaccinated?
Yeah.
And I have the answer for you. Let's throw up that next photo.
Okay, here we go. Next photo. Hold on. Boom. Here we go. This is wild. All right, hold on. There it is.
That's
Okay.
how you get people vaccinated. If you don't know who this black man is, that is Meek Mill.
Meek
And
Mill, how does he figure into this? So Meek
What?
Mill, so it's like come meet Meek Mill and get like the first shot of Moderna? Like what is happening?
I mean, I don't know. Was he gonna give the girls a concert? Like, I used to dream of times like this, getting immunized like this. Like, maybe we were gonna get a dreams and nightmares moment. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was fit when I got that vaccination. Y'all thought it was ready. I don't know. But if there's anybody who can really motivate you, at least for me to take the vaccine, it is Meek Mill, because Meek Mill ain't scared of shit.
No.
Let's throw up that next picture of Meek Mill.
Yeah, okay, this is the best one. Oh my God, here we go.
That's how this man eats fries. So he ain't scared of shit in the vaccine.
But wait, I don't get what is his connection to Andre? Like, did Andre say that Meek Mill is gonna be there? Like, show up and meet him, or?
He said that Meek Mill was going to influence people to come to the Philly fighting COVID vaccination stations.
Oh my God!
Wait, so Meek Mill is not even promising like an appearance. It's just like he is using his social media influence to get people there. I
don't even know if Andre talked to Meek Mill. I couldn't tell you, honestly.
Well, if he did, I do want to go and I want to examine this just for a second, just to take a quick detour. This man is in a pool. It looks like a pool, hot tub, whatever you say. He's dumped the fries in his lap. This is not the way to eat the fries, I don't think. This does not look good. Like, this is, yeah.
Have you ever tried it? Have you tried it?
I've done it in desperate moments in the car. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a driving move.
I mean, in the pool with the chlorine.
Yeah, his legs. If you look at his legs, there are water like droplets on his legs. This is going to be chlorine fries. This is not good. I mean, these people are not. I'm not taking any health and safety tips from these two.
I don't know. You're not from Philadelphia, Paul.
Maybe I know.
That could be a delicacy. Chlorine fries, cheesesteaks.
I mean, the swim trunks are Louis Vuitton. So I mean, look, he's doing something right.
So what happened to Andre? Like, did he get busted, and is he on trial, or did he sell the vaccine? Like, what happened?
So Andre was a smart businessman. He said, we're going to make coins off of this, girls, no worries. And how they did it was the vaccine was free, but they would charge $24 to each person's insurance company if they had an insurance provider. So they were making a little bread. It started to get hot for Andre when, one, he wouldn't always pick out like a location for his vaccinations. Like sometimes he would just pull up to the church or like pull up to places and be like, we got that vaccine. And then like,
what the fuck is going on? And these things go bad too, right? Like, don't you have to keep them in a freezer? Like, this is like a whole thing.
Andre doesn't have a freezer that goes to like negative 400 degrees or whatever.
Okay, but Andre has air conditioning in his car.
Look, sometimes you be in a Corolla and you're gonna feel that AC. I mean, that's a strong wind.
Exactly.
I'm dying. I did not hear about this at all.
He also got in trouble. This was another favorite of mine. He got in trouble because it started to get hot for him because he had like nurses and other people who were volunteering to administer the vaccine, right? So one day, one of the helpers or aides walks over and she sees Andre loading his bag with vaccines. And he was taking them home and he immunized his girlfriend and his homeboys.
Oh my God.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard of. I can't even believe this.
And especially in the beginning, like, like right now, I think we're getting to a point where it looks like there's going to be plenty of vaccines and every adult who wants it by May will be there. But
Andre didn't know that.
No, as I'm saying, like, this is at a moment where it's like my 77-year-old grandma is like desperate to have one because, if she gets COVID, she will die. Like, that's this point of the vaccination process, right? Like, this is like the hot moment of it, right? Where he's doing that. This is wild.
Well,
so what happened? Yeah.
First, before I tell you what happened, I have to ask you two. If Andre pulled up and he was like, I got that thing on me.
Yes, I would take it.
Thing.
I know.
Yes.
I kind of feel
Love
like I
to.
would take it.
I would.
I
Yes,
feel like I
would take it.
would.
Yes.
I mean, it's like
I would suck Andre's dick for that vaccine. Easy. No problem. Even if he didn't ask.
Man,
I'd be
I
like,
did.
What time am I sucking your dick, Andre?
Look,
Like, oh, you don't need to do that.
this
No,
COVID.
but I want.
I'll do it as a thank you and take the $24 from my insurance. I've let so many people put things in my nose and mouth. I'm not like I literally the place where I used to go get COVID tested is down the block. It's behind a movie theater and a bar, and it used to be like a parking lot. I don't know what this company is, but they've set up there. They seem to be legit. But like I just was like I rolled up there because I heard it was called same day testing. I was like, I'm in. I don't know what's going on here. I'm letting them jab me with whatever. And I know it's a scam because of like, there's no infrastructure here. It's like 2 tables and at least they had the gowns and the smocks and I would get a report back to say I didn't have it. Thankfully, but
you know what my wife talked me into the other day? She talked me into going to one of those places where you can get an IV. Like you go in there
Oh yeah, I love
and
that.
that's all they do. Yeah. But I had the same thought when I was in there. I was like, these are just people. Like this is just a guy that has a bunch of bags of fluid. Yeah. And I guess there's stuff in there that they're telling me, because like there's a menu of like, do you want to feel better? Or do you want to, yeah.
No, yes,
yeah.
no,
yeah. But I went in there and got a full on IV of like all these vitamins and I felt great, but I was like, I don't know who this guy is, or who these people are.
Oh, Rob, I had this same thing where Manzukis was like, we were traveling and he's like, oh yeah, after I do some like traveling, I have this guy come over and administer an IV for me. Yeah, it helps like, and I was like, I want to do that too. He's like, you never get sick. You do this. I was like, great. And that guy came over and then I had to like bring this gentleman into my house. And then, like he's hooking up an IV and I'm like on my couch and and you're making this small talk. And I have assumed this man who's put a needle in my arm is some sort of like an RN, a doctor. And as it was getting out, neither, just a guy that kind of likes doing this.
You don't even have to go to online college. You don't have to go to Everest, a Phoenix, a nowhere. You can just do it. The ladies who do mine, I don't know where they come from. And I lay in a pod and the pod covers up and closes you in and then you just sit on an IV and I feel very rich. I love it.
It's like getting...
Is this just an LA thing? People in the comments tell like, I don't know, maybe it's not just an LA thing.
I know, because I've gotten into like, I've done all this weird shit where it's like, you know what you need to do? You need to get into a freeze chamber. And I've done that where you go in and you put on little gloves and you stand there and you just get cold for like 90 seconds. Like, and that didn't do anything for me. Like that 90 seconds of cryo freezing.
Yeah. I once laid on a mat for half an hour and they shot infrared lights at me. I think that did something.
Well, June has a sauna bed in our house. So it basically is this like big giant blanket that like goes it looks like an electric blanket and she lays in it and gets wrapped up in it and it makes you sweat and she's like, "Oh yeah, it's great. It does so much." I'm like, all right.
I feel like June would be a good person to talk to about a lot of this stuff. Like she seems like she would know about just a lot. Like my wife started doing acupuncture this week and she's trying to get me to. You do? She's trying to get me to go and I'm like, is this a scam? Like, I don't know. And she's like taking these herbs and stuff and I'm like, I don't know about herbs like that. I love that the scam goddess is doing all of the things that sound
research.
So scammy.
Is research.
I love crime. I'm into it. I'm like, whatever little crimes I can do. But I do acupuncture too. And the other night I got too high and I started thinking, I don't even know my acupuncturist credentials. She got me taking these herbs. Are they gonna kill me? Like I really was like,
yeah.
When I was nervous about going bald early on in my life, when there's like multiple stages of like going bald, realizing you're going bald, admitting it to yourself, and then letting yourself, like the outside world, see you. And this is kind of in the beginning part.
This is going to be a product plug. I know this is going to be a plug.
I went to
a
this
new movie. Eat, pray, bald.
I went to this like herbalist, very old man, lovely guy. And, he came, touched my hand, looked in my mouth. and then did this. He was like upper end, right? Like kept on doing that, doing that. And he goes to me. He goes, after he does this for a while, he goes, "There's hair there. There is hair. I feel it. There's hair there." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yes. We need to get it out though." And I was like, "Yes, finally, this man, he's cracking the code." And he gave me this tea that was like twigs, like literally twigs and branches, like it looks like small mushrooms. And I was supposed to put it in a pot and put water in there, boil it, and then drink it. It was one of the most disgusting things I've ever ingested in my life. And I was like, this is bringing the hair back. It is bringing, and nothing happened. No hair came up there at all.
Not this James and the Giant Beanstalk ass.
Literally, it looks like what my kid would bring in from like playing out in the backyard. There was nothing about it. It was like just scoops of herbs. I wanted to believe it so much. And that's the thing. You want to believe that it's true, right? And this guy actually, like, the benefit of this guy, the guy who's, been married 2 times, is he actually did have it, right? Like, his scam is not a bad scam because he actually had the vaccine.
That's what's amazing. That's the most incredible part about it, is that, like, it wasn't that much of a scam. Like, I mean, it was a scam, but like he was giving the vaccine. Like, it's not like he was injecting people with fucking, yerba mate or whatever.
Right. And he didn't. Oh, I was just gonna say the end of his situation is like he's not going to jail, at least for now. At least from the research that I had done, he hasn't had any formal charges pressed against him. The biggest complaint that the city had was like he couldn't keep up with like the racial, like the diversity. They were trying to, Philly is like over 45% African American, and they were trying to make sure that people were getting vaccinated in those communities, and he didn't have no way to count. He said that the cloud fucked up. I said, "Is Alexa counting the Negroes? That doesn't seem."
That's so the only penalty for him is that he just didn't distribute it like across, like he didn't do it the right way. I mean, that's so basically all of us could make a PowerPoint and get access to thousands of vaccines.
Yes. And I'm drumming up mine right now.
Yes.
Oh
it's
my
gonna have all
God.
the car wipes, all the fades.
Yes.
Laci, this is amazing. I am blown away by this man. This is all right. So just so you know, Laci's podcast is always it's what day does it drop normally, Laci? Tuesdays. You can listen to it wherever podcasts are heard. I saw you on a big ass banner in New York City, like a Spotify banner for Scam Goddess. It's a great show. You'll get fun stuff like this, but I'm kind of in awe of this guy. I'm in awe of the dude. I love this guy.
I love it.
I wish I was his girlfriend. I would have been vaccinated by now.
I know.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Like, Valentine's Day, get me the vaccine, bitch. I don't want perfume.
I just want to I want to see a movie of this guy, like, because he's got to store it. Like, it wasn't stored properly. I swear to God, he definitely gave people like spoiled vaccine. Like they people are like, I'm 2 doses of Moderna from my buddy Phil, and they're nothing. They got nothing in there.
That's like sell by dates. Okay, everybody know you smell the milk. If it's still good,
fine.
you smell the vaccine. Like, still smells immunizing. Put it in yourself.
And people want to know if anything else happened with Meek Mill. I don't know. We don't have any more details about Meek Mill. Meek Mill is just a side part of this story.
So funny. What a weird story.
All right.
So cool, Laci. So cool.
Thank you.
I'm such a fan of the pod. Yeah, great to see you.
Great
Thanks
to
for
see you,
having me,
Laci. Bye, Laci. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, my God.
That's the best.
That's insane.
That's a great podcast.
It's really great. And the scams are so funny, and she's so great.
Yeah.
And I love that she's like a scamologist now. And, just like, again, like Heineken Zero, it's like...
oh, Paul.
It's, it looks like the real thing.
Try to say that.
Looks like the real thing.
That's the slogan. It looks like the real thing.
Yeah,
we're trying. That's what Heineken non-alcoholic went to.
Heineken asked me to.
Looks like the real thing.
They want me to try a bunch of them and see which. They said, like, let's see which one sticks. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Do you have any other ones in your pocket besides it looks like the real thing?
Yeah, I'm supposed to drop them at certain times. That was the 6 o'clock drop. It looks like the real thing.
Okay. That's great that they.
Yeah.
Strategy.
That's what the other one. I mean, I'll give you that one. 6:15 is supposed to be. I'm supposed to say from zero to hero of your designated driving group because Heineken Zero has zero alcohol. But that seems wordy to me.
That's a little bit wordy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
right,
your instincts. I think your instincts were right on that one. It's a little wordy.
Hubel, we have a great guest coming up next.
Yes.
Who is also, we talked about like the businesses that we were doing in quarantine. This guy started his own business right here in California, also in Canada. It's a weed business called Houseplant, but he's also an actor, a writer, a director. You know him from everything from
I
the
don't think we have
writing.
to set up. We don't need to set up Seth Rogen.
All right, yeah,
We
fine.
don't need to
Yeah,
set
I'll just bring
up.
him in. All right.
Just
Everybody,
bring him
Seth Rogen. Boom. Hey, what's up?
Set me up.
What's up, dude?
Don't mind a little setup.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we were just celebrating our year in quarantine, which it's been a year, which is wild. Where were you when you found out that Tom Hanks had COVID?
I was at home. I was definitely at home, and I was actually just the last thing I did. There was a screening of the new Borat movie.
Okay.
That was like a small screening in a theater full of people.
Yeah.
And it was like but it was all comedians. And I remember it was like right when it was like that Tuesday and like Wednesdays when it all kind of happened. And I remember Noah was like getting close to each other, and then Evan, my partner, like trying to be funny, like barreled in and started hugging everybody. And I remember like looking back at that now, I'm just like, you fucking psycho, Evan. Like, what were you doing? We were so young and naive. Like we were joking about it.
Well, it's like that NBA player Rudy Gobert, like, you know, it's like right before, and like, hey, you like. He starts coughing on all the mics and touching them all. And he's like, haha. And then he got COVID.
At least Evan didn't have COVID. Like, that would have truly been a good outcome.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, for like 2 weeks, I remember like, am I going to die from the Borat screening? Like that was really what my first 2 weeks of
well, I was saying before you came on the show that we had to do a Black Monday sneak preview at the ArcLight on that Wednesday night. And as we were walking into the theater, they're like, NBA's canceled. Tom Hanks has COVID. I don't know if people should be in this theater. People are leaving the theater. Yasser and I are supposed to tell them, like, hey, just so you know, this is happening. So people are leaving. We're in a theater.
Yeah.
And then
you as a comedian are tasked with informing an audience of a public health crisis. That's an awkward position to put in as a performer.
This is, by the way, this is something that I saw. I wanted to bring this up. And it's still, people are still scared right now. This is, I saw this week. It says, Liam Gallagher thought he had coronavirus, but his house was just hot. It's confusing and scary.
I get it, man. Sometimes it's just hotter than you would like.
So hard to figure out. So hard to figure out.
Just don't quite get it.
Oh man.
I think my screen is frozen, but you guys can hear me, right?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
You're not frozen. You're behind. You're catching up to yourself.
Yeah. I don't know why this happens to me all the time, but fuck it. Dude, when did you start your company? Everyone's talking about this.
No, it's lovely. We've been working on it for almost 10 years. I think in like 2012 is when we actually started like really working on it in earnest, I guess. And we launched in Canada 2 years ago, and then we launched in Los Angeles just yesterday. And the launch went very well in that our website crashed completely for a very long time.
I've been trying to get on the website, and you have to you basically hit a button, and they're like, we'll tell you when you can get in line to get on the website.
It's better now, but every product is currently sold out, and we are restocking it. But, and it's partial. Yeah, we did not. I had no idea. Truth, it's like you know, I knew people would want the weed part probably, but we were also making like home goods, like records, and we made records, and we made ashtrays and lighters and things like that. And that was the thing that like I truly had no idea if anyone would be interested in purchasing them at all.
Well,
and then they were, to the degree that it crashed our website.
But the lighter is awesome. Like everything, I think what I really love about it, and I have not smoked the weed, but I could tell like there's something about it that makes it feel classier. Like I feel like there's nothing out there that feels like it. It feels like, oh, this is like an elevated, like there's an artistic side to it. Like the fact that you have albums that go with your different strains is amazing. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I think there was like a point, like I love weed, and it's something that like I used to, I think, feel maybe shame that like I put as much thought into it as I did, and that I genuinely liked it as much as I did. And then I kind of funneled that thinking into like I think that other people love it as much as I do, and just nobody's like manifesting things around it that speak to how much people like me love it. And what we would always say is like, in a world where like very ordinary things have a lot of thought put into them, your phone, your fucking headphones and shit like that, like why shouldn't something like that's weed that makes your brain feel different, like why shouldn't that have like more thought like put into it than any product? Because it's arguably, in my opinion, like it's the product I use the most out of any product. It's the product I like the most out of any product. So we were like, to that end, let's like treat it like a product that deserves that,
and,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
And not like be like put away. Like it's like you can have this shit out and not feel like embarrassed by it. Like that's why like the tins look really cool. And like it's like, there's some like design, and you're so right. Like I feel like it is always like, I'm putting it in a box, I'm putting it away. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. It's like
we wanted something you were like proud to display. And like in a world where like everyone has like bars in their home, then that's something I would think a lot about is like, I have a bar and I don't even drink, and I have like martini shakers and a whiskey bottle out and shit like that. And we were like, why doesn't like weed should have that stuff? Like why shouldn't weed have a nice ashtray? And even if you don't smoke weed, if your friends come over and you want to just like give them something nice, like again, I don't drink, but I have wine glasses. I never use them, but when friends come over, I like to provide them with a wine glass.
You like to be like, I understand that this might be something you want. And like one of the best parties I ever went to, I mean, I think you were at this party too, where like just people had like bowls of like joints just out too, which just seemed like a really nice way to kind of like, hey, like go do your thing.
Sure. No, well, Seth, it's funny because I remember seeing you at some point a long time ago, like on a talk show, talking so openly about it. And I remember thinking like, it's so, I mean, not that you were the first person to smoke weed openly, like, you know, that's been happening for millions of years or whatever, but like just in Hollywood, it seemed like you were one of the first people that was just like so upfront that like, yeah, I smoke weed all the time. It's not a big deal. And I always wondered if like that, if you got any pushback from that, like if people in your circle or in your world were like, I don't know, man, tone it down a little bit with the weed. I mean, you're so good about like cranking out work that would defy any criticism. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you are productive, then you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? To some degree.
I've had people I work with, honestly, like Judd, like hated it that I fucking smoked weed, like, and till it got to the point where I just like hid it from him, basically.
Yeah, did it feel like a dad, like you couldn't do it in front of him?
Yeah. So like, there's been people like that who I've just been like, oh, they just don't like this. So I just, but no one, like none of my like representation or anything like that has ever been like, don't do. And no one from like the movie studio. And we made Pineapple Express like relatively early in our careers, and I think that kind of gave us like carte blanche to like. It's like we've made you so much money off of weed, like how criticize our use of it, and like it was something that but like I think it's also because I'm from Vancouver, where like weed is like there is no stigma around. It essentially was legal there my entire childhood. Like everyone smoked weed, and so I really didn't think it was that big a deal. And then when people would ask me about it, I would talk about it, and then they would keep asking me about it, and like. I remember David Letterman once. I got in a weird, like he asked me up to his dressing room once before the show, which was very like a surreal experience. So like talk to me, which was like a weird. I'd done this forever, and that never happened. And he just wanted to say hi, and I was like, can I ask you why you just asked me about weed essentially every time I'm on the show? And he was like, honestly, because no one will talk about it. He's just like, and And it made me think that when I was a young actor and would smoke weed all the time, I remember hearing that like Harrison Ford smoked weed, and it made me feel so much better. Like
right.
like, oh, like you can be an actor and smoke weed, and like you can be like a successful person and smoke weed all the time. And so I thought like I should just be honest about it, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who smoke weed who are worried that like it'll make them lazy or never be able to do anything in their life, and that is not true, you know. So,
yeah.
It's I think also now, because it's becoming legal, I think people are more like okay with saying like it's something that they do, right? Because I feel like it was like when it's not legal, it's like, oh well,
sure,
where are you getting that? Or
the fact that there's like famous people asking for our weed and then like posting it on social media, that's not something that would have happened like 2 years ago.
Right.
The most shocking thing to me is like very secretly, like when the NBA came back after this COVID thing, they have instituted this thing where all of a sudden they don't test for marijuana anymore in the NBA. And it's like, and that was like kind of like, I feel like they were like, please, we need to start the NBA again. They're like, got it. We never test us for weed again. They're like, you got it. Come back. And I'm like,
is it true this year? Is that true?
Last year and this year, no more weed testing. Yeah.
I've sent a few ashtrays to a few NBA players over the last few weeks. I won't name. I don't even know who they are, honestly.
Wait, I want to ask you this, but I want to ask you this question because I feel like this is. I was reading about it, about your weed, and I think the thing that's different is what you were saying. Like you've been working on for 10 years, but it's not. You didn't just put your name on something. Like apparently, celebrity backed weed has a very like kind of like checkered thing. It's a sort of like. It's just people take the name and it's like, and not to disparage anybody, but they just kind of, they're not involved.
No, for sure. I think it's a lot of people who are not, as involved as I am, and is not like, do not have as many opinions probably about weed as I do, and probably do not, like hold weed in as high regard in general as I do. But me and Evan like personally picked all the weed that we are going to be like selling, and like we've been trying like hundreds, like I mean it's been going on for years, but I mean in an unofficial capacity, but truly like if there's a grower who grows weed that we've liked for a long time, these are the people that we've been like reaching out to grow our weed for houseplant. And it's really like us reaching out to like our favorite growers to grow our favorite strains, and then we like raise the quality standards to like the highest quality standards that exist in the weed business, as far as like the quality of the bud, the freshness of the buds, the size of the buds, all this stuff, because like we just want people like to have a great experience. So when they open their little tin of weed, they should just think it's fucking awesome.
And I didn't even know that you could do like shipping and stuff. So are you sending it? Like, I don't know the laws.
We're only in LA right now, but it is like direct to consumer, like from our website. So again, we ran out of weed currently. We'll have more in a week or two, but we, and there's very little precedent for any of this. So it was hard for us to, we just kind of did our best guess, because like again, like we were like there's no numbers to look at. It's
like you shut down the internet like the first day to shut it down.
We had no, like that's never happened. So like we had no idea. Like WandaVision did that, and like, you know, so like we had no idea. Like in the back of my head, honestly, I was like, maybe no one will want to buy this. So like it was truly surprising, but now we are restocking.
Because I have been following like houseplant in Canada, and I always I loved all the style of it. And, like they looked like almost like old VHS tapes, and there was like everything looked really cool. But you've also like done, and I guess this will come here to the States soon, which is like the liquid stuff too. It's like seltzer or like stuff like that
we have
too.
Drinks in Canada, beverages. Yeah, that is like it's like sparkling water that gets you high, and it's a wonderful product in my opinion. And America. What's weird, I mean, this is a little boring, but but like Canada has a lot more infrastructure because weed is federally legal, so you can bank legally in the weed industry.
Got it.
So that allowed companies to invest like billions of dollars in creating like canning facilities, which don't exist in America because the federal illegality prevent banking from occurring, really. So like you can't create like huge infrastructural.
So it's all still cash. Like it's essentially, that's
So
crazy.
in America, are there just like warehouses of cash, like at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where it's just like just big boxes like of cash?
I mean, there must be for some people, like, and it is legal, but and you pay taxes on it. But like, yeah, there is like, and you can use ATMs and debit cards and stuff like that. But like, cash management is a real part of the weed business.
Yeah, like you have to rent those storage facilities like in Breaking Bad. So crazy. Well, this is awesome. I mean, it's so great. Like again, like this is like the first wave of it. So there's going to be more and more
tons
stuff.
Of products. Yeah, I think every 2 weeks, hopefully until I die, we will be releasing a product, and hopefully that's in a long time from now. So yeah, we have tons of products that we've been working on, and we're releasing them periodically, basically.
Do you? You also have been. I mean, I think people who follow you on Instagram see that you do the. You're always. Why am I saying sculpting? Ceramics. Yeah. So like now people are copying your ceramics to mass produce them. Is that must be kind of a thrill too, right? To have that.
It is. Yeah. I mean it is. It was weird again, and I think it speaks to like this thing where like maybe I put more thought into weed than almost anyone else.
Right.
It was like a realization that I eventually had in my life, which was fine. And
you made these ceramics?
I designed. They are based off ceramics that I made that look exactly like that, but we produced enough that we could sell them because I can't personally make that much. But I do ceramics and capable of making this. Like I made the prototype for this, and then we.
This is my favorite. This ashtray is the best. Like the cup ashtray.
But now I started making my own glazes, and I've started making much more weird versions of that same ashtray, basically.
Oh, that's awesome.
I took a glaze making work. I have literally a closet full of chemicals like Walter White, and I make my own glazes.
Dude, this is the best. Before we let you go, I wanted to do something with you that Rob and I have done. If you're game for it, I'll say this: we're on a year anniversary of quarantine. Everything is changing. We're going back in the real world. And like things are starting.
I don't want to.
I know. I kind of feel that way too. June's like, aren't you so excited to go out? And I'm like, I'm kind of happy with what I've been doing.
There's got to be. I feel like we should maintain the cool things that we figured out. Like I don't want to drive to Santa Monica for a meeting. Like let's just do it like this.
Never again.
Yeah.
But I do like. I just like I don't know. Like there's no pressure. Like I like to go out and eat. I like to do all this stuff, but there's no pressure to do it. It's a sort of like, I don't know. It's weird. I think there's going to be like separation anxiety from it, but
little things like my dog has not been left alone for a year.
Oh, dude, the dog thing is real. That is real.
Like I have true anxiety about having to leave my dog alone again. Like,
I
really
did it.
Don't want to.
We started Black Monday this week, and June and the kids are away, so the dog is like it's just me and him, and I literally sat by the door the entire time, and when I came home, I feel like he was giving me like a stank eye, like, man, what the fuck did you do?
No,
like,
it's real. They feel it. Yeah.
It's so crazy. All right, so here's the premise, and we'll do it like here's what I'll say. At one point, we'll go back and we'll do premieres. We'll have all that kind of stuff again. And I was gonna say, like, you are known for being a great dresser. You look great. Vogue is like, you are the most stylish person in the Lion King cast, which is a tall order of that cast. But you dress well. You go to premieres well. And Rob and I have had problems with going to premieres. And I wanted to show you some of the pictures of Rob and I, our first kind of premieres where we didn't really understand how to do stuff. Well, this is just like
the worst.
Scheer,
the worst. You fucking dick.
There's plenty like that of me out there. It took me a long time to get
clue.
Then we were like, oh well, we have to be funny on the red carpet.
Yeah, let's be funny.
I remember. Oh yeah, I remember there was a point in my life where I looked around a room and said to myself, I can't wear flannel ever again.
Well, it's so like stupid. Like this is the one that I remember. Where,
Me and Evan have so many of those. And they're still the ones that people use all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's always like this. Like
This one I'm embarrassed about. This one because I remember this was in Las Vegas, and I was like pretty stoned at this one.
Oh,
it's so like I just am not making sense.
Wriggle was
at all.
drunk. You and I were stoned, and this is like, and this is. You can see it all, and then I have this one, but where is it? Hold on, I'm gonna pull it.
Amazing.
This is
the next one. I know
this one. Like we're like, we're wearing like pantyhose on our face. All right, so here is the thing that we want to show with you. We want to play this game where we're gonna.
Comedian, it's hard. Like, it's a tough arc in a lot of ways.
It is
because it's like you feel this pressure. Like, do I have to be funny on the red carpet? And I remember somebody told me, no, just don't even smile. Don't even smile.
It took me until like 2 years ago to like when I did like a photo shoot for a magazine or something to be like, I don't think I want to look like a fucking buffoon in these photos. And like that was like a huge like statement for me, which it shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't take like 15 years of making movies to like get to the point where you're confident enough to be like, can I not look like a dumb fucking moron in this photo?
And then you have to have the confidence.
Not, like, be eating my own shit in this picture, like a little spoon or something like that. Like it's always just like the dumbest fucking thing.
But then you have to have like the confidence to say no, because like I literally was like, I'm not gonna look dumb in this thing, and I know I'm not gonna look dumb. And then you make friends with the photographer, and they're like, wouldn't it be funny if you were on this lawn chair and you're putting your hands through? And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And then all of a sudden, that's the fucking giant photo of me. Like, what? I'm like, why did
I start a photo shoot now, I'm always like, I'm not gonna play with my glasses. So just like don't ask me now to like anything like with like funny glasses. Like I was like, and don't ask me to touch my. Well, I still like whenever I see one of my friends in a photo where they're like, who's an actor who they're like touching their. I'm just like, oh man, like. They told you to touch your face and you didn't say no. Like, you don't have to say yes. You can say no. And there's always all these photos with actors where they're like this. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you? Like, clearly the photographer is just like, your head is too boring. I need to add some sort of intrigue there. Like, but just say no. Just say like, I think my head is enough. They
walk you into it. They walk you into it. They bring you into a small room. And they go, here's a desk. And you can only put your arm on it and put your head like this. And then all of a sudden you've taken like, it's like you've done this like porn shoot. You don't even know that you've done it. And then you like look at it.
Like, finger your nostril as you like slowly like blow your own wrist. Like, okay.
The worst is like Sundance or Comic-Con. Like those two places are like, those photographers are like, let's do something fun. Let's do something crazy, guys. And you're like,
jump up and down, look around. Oh God.
Always. It's so okay.
All right. So this is what we want to have you do is back in the day, movie premieres didn't just bring out people who like were in the movie. They brought out everybody, and we're going to show you some. Rob doesn't know the answer to this either. We're going to show you some people at a premiere, and based on who attended, what they look like, we're going to try to guess the premiere for this thing. And this is like a good one.
Born for this game.
All right.
Scheer, are you gonna give us clues, Scheer? Because I don't know
the answers.
This is all from the same premiere. It's a pretty epic premiere. And I can open up and give you some questions, but I'll like want you to just get used to it first. All right, so here's the first one. All right, so here it is. Ice-T coming in, wearing the Ricochet hat at a premiere, not for Ricochet. I will tell you that it's not Ricochet.
Not doing the Samuel L. Jackson where you wear the hat to the premiere.
Yes. All right, so this is our first one up. I'll start going a little bit quicker, but here we go. Sharon Stone giving the finger. Wearing a BB King shirt. All right. So she's chill. She's casual.
Is that Sharon Stone's husband? I don't know who that is.
That's producer Stephen Bing, I think. I remember looking at
killed himself.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Really funny here.
Hey,
really
it was the one where she was giving the finger. I had to do it.
It would have been weirder if he cropped him out of it and then that.
Yeah, that would have like who's that white jacket? He was having a good time. All right. Next one. Nick Cage. All right, so far you got
big names at this premiere.
Big names. You got Nick Cage. You got Ice-T and Sharon Stone. All right, Nick Cage, by the way, doing a funny premiere picture here. I feel like he's having some fun. All right, now
Tough, Paul. I don't even know what year this is.
I'll
Okay.
give you the year in a second. All right,
Okay.
this is all right. So here we go. This is the next one. This is the year of this jacket.
Whoa.
Both guys at this premiere in a
Oh.
similar jacket. James Caan and Tony Danza.
Tony
All right.
D.
It was like 1993 or 4 or something.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna double check it right now. You're getting. It's definitely in the 90s. Let me see here.
Later.
It is 1991. 1991.
Oh, there you go. I was close.
You're very close. All right. Again, crazy premiere. Like so far, none of these people make sense in this world. All right.
You're gonna show us one. It's gonna blow the lid off this.
All right. Here we go. Next one. Billy Crystal also wearing. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. So
no
different-
date. No date for Billy C.
no.
But dressed like both Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in Twins.
It is. That is. This look is never a good look. I just rewatched Harry Met Sally. What he is wearing in there, the amount of shirts tucked into jeans with a nice like ropey belt is. All right, so we'll go forward
You
here.
can just put the thing anywhere. That's what's nice about a rope.
All right, so all right,
Some good guesses in the chat, Paul. Some good guesses.
all right. I'm gonna. All right, sir. All right.
Oh, young Whoopi. All right.
Whoopi
Oh, wow.
and Eric Bogosian together.
Bogosian.
Did they
Okay.
date?
I don't know. I think it's possible. I'm gonna say it's possible here.
I love
But this is like a pretty. Again,
I'm now
interesting-
reading the comments. I wasn't quick.
Oh,
All the same movie, Paul. It's
all the
your
same
show-
movie. 1991. All the same movie.
1991.
Okay.
Some good guesses. Yeah.
All right.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas with a very prominent water bottle.
He's on drugs.
All right.
He's on a lot of drugs.
You only need that much water if you're on. if
He's
you're
like on
drugs.
ecstasy.
Yeah, exactly. She's just like, I gotta you can stay hydrated, man.
And doing it on the red carpet too. Like I feel like that's something like you like someone should be holding his water. I will tell you this. It is a
I gotta
sequel.
keep this close.
It is a sequel. 1990. All right, and then okay, here we go.
Oh,
we got
it's a
some.
sequel.
It's a sequel. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Rennie Harlan and Laura Dern did not know they were a couple.
They do
know
that.
that.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Is it like Batman Returns? Or something?
Ooh, this is getting close. That's a good. Yeah, we're getting in that. We're getting in the world. Getting in the world. All right. All right. Here we go. Next one. All right. Christian Slater also wearing the hat. Also, this is an epic premiere. Christian Slater wearing a hat called Rematch. I couldn't figure out what that was for.
What is that? That's not even a movie.
Yeah, I don't. And maybe it was
This
like,
was one of my favorite movies as a kid, though.
oh man, I loved Pump Up the Volume. This. All right. So Sandra Bernhardt. This woman in this outfit that looks pretty amazing. There's only one
Is that
picture of her.
Mercedes Rule?
It wasn't. I looked. Her name is like Laura Casabellas or something like that.
Wow.
All right. And now I think we're getting close to. You guys are gonna figure it out. I think on this next couple of ones here. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So now we got again another nice tucked in jeans and a good
Did
look here.
Stallone spill Coca-Cola down his left leg? What's going on over
So
there?
it's the shadow of his
Shadow.
giant blazer.
Tan on
Of
tan.
his-
By the
of
way,
his knee-length blazer.
I need it down to the calves.
Look at,
But
look at Entertainment Tonight trying so hard to get a word with Stallone.
I don't want the buttons to start until my waist.
but I like the tan on tan is a good look. All right, we're getting into it. It's an action movie.
Okay.
Sequel.
Here we go. This is a producer, Joel Silver, who is
Okay.
wearing one of the
Is
most.
it Lethal Weapon 2?
Ooh, you're close. You're close.
Ooh.
You're close. Very close. Joel
Beverly
Silver
Hills
did
Cop
produce
2?
this.
I know what it is.
All right.
I think I know what it is.
Hubel,
but
I
don't
think-
wanna blow it.
All right, let's
I
see. You
don't-
have only
I
two
don't-
sides
I'm
left.
I'm watching the comments. People that are smarter than me.
All
Oh,
right.
here we go. Yeah.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. You guys
Wow.
both got it. There it is.
Furlong. What was that? What was that kid's name? Furlong.
Edward
Edward
Furlong
Furlong.
and
Yeah,
Steve
wow.
Buscemi. This is like
Yeah.
one of the most wild premieres of all time. I feel like this is like a pretty, like I've never seen a cross section of looks and people in one
of great-
place.
This is a good game. It's hard because in the '90s, like it's everyone dresses so shitty, and that's a tough game.
But it's
for
also
sure.
like it's like the party that Tony Danza, James Caan, Ice-T, and like Stallone would be, and they're not in it. Like that seems like the best part. Like the
that used to happen. I feel like when I started making movies, there would be famous people who weren't in the movie at the premiere. But that doesn't happen anymore. I think I'm happy. I'm thrilled if the cast fucking shows up instead of the time. Like, nonetheless, the casts of other movies.
Yeah, like Nicolas Cage is like, I heard this. I got to get into Terminator 2. I heard it's good.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So that
I remember like Kanye West came to the premiere of Pineapple Express, and like that wasn't like that weird at the time, but now that would be like unheard of.
Yeah, like just like they want to be the first one there to see it. Well, that was fun. Just to see that. I think Seth, Houseplant. People can go to houseplant.com, right, to check it out. It's sold out now, but
congrats, man. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, sign up for our our email list and or follow us on social media, and there's updates as to when we are restocking our products and releasing new ones.
That is amazing. Thank you, Seth, for being here, bud.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. All right. Oh man, that houseplant stuff does look so great. Like the lighter is specifically like something that I want so bad. It's such a good looking lighter.
What a great idea, though, to I mean, obviously, you know, that would be a huge brand, but just to have like so much merch, like that's the really genius move of that, is just to sell all the other stuff too.
Yeah,
that's really
make
smart.
it feel like classy and good. I like that idea of like what you have in a bar. Like we have a fully stocked bar in our house that we never open up or go to. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, at my friend's house the other day, just for lunch, like
well, you keep on talking about your friend going to your friend's house for lunch.
Tall John. It was Tall. Tall John.
Yeah, I know Tall John.
It was Tall John, and there was a couple other people who you don't know, but he had like just a little thing, same thing, just like a little bowl of joints, which was like never referenced or even offered. It was just on the table, and it took me a minute to clock it and be like, oh, that's like such a, you know, casual, almost LA. You know, LA, New York thing. You know,
do they go bad? Can you roll a joint? Can it stay out, or you have to put it in like a Tupperware afterwards?
If you keep it sort of, you know, airtight, I think it'd be fine. I think if you left it out in the backyard for a while,
and that's why I'm getting into the Ziploc weed container.
That's your hustle, man.
That's my
Ziploc. Yeah, dude, that's so smart.
We are waiting right now on Jerry O, who has not who's not shown up, but we also know that he doesn't have internet. So I'm gonna text him right now and just make sure that he knows he's coming on, because again, we'll see if he'll join us, and if not, we can bomb his website again.
Oh, dude, it would almost be great if Jerry fucked us up and blew us off, and then we could really go after him on Instagram.
Jerry said Jerry wants a link. Let me give it to him again. He said link. Okay. Oh, okay. One second.
I know for a fact that you sent him the link. I saw the email, so don't even.
All right, good. I'm glad that because now I just freaked out that I didn't send him the link.
No, you emailed him. I saw it.
All right.
The thing is, man, I don't have time for Jerry's bullshit. Okay, and when he comes on here, if he tries to pull any of that shit about like, yeah, I didn't even notice in the comments that everybody commented. I'll be like, really, Jerry? You don't read your comments? There was like 10,000 people that said that they.
Jerry's best response to everything is like he will play it off. He will play it off like, oh yeah, and it will be like there's no. Jerry O is coming, by the way. He just got it. He goes, what time do you want me? I say, now. This is it.
He's hilarious. Yeah, he. When we texted him like late at night a week ago, and we said, hey man, what did we say? We said like your comments are really blowing up or something like that.
Yeah.
To kind of say, you know, don't,
because we got nervous. We got nervous that we scared him. Like I did too. Like I got off and I was eating dinner and I was like, oh shit, did we fuck it up? Like did we just terrorize our friend for no reason and like give him anxiety? And then I started feeling really bad, and then we wrote him, and it was like cool. Like that's all he wrote. Cool.
Yeah. And then like a few days later, I was like, wow, Jerry, people really love your video. And then he wrote back like, nice. Or like, so I don't even know. He may not even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I have by the way,
you know, he's entertaining nonetheless, but.
Well, I'm going to show you just for people who haven't seen it yet, so we can kind of show it here. But this is what we did to Jerry. This is his. It was his. That's his page.
That's what it was. Yeah. Your video leaked and we saw it.
Your video leaked and we saw it. And
So to back up for people that are just joining us, we had everybody that watches this show go to Jerry O'Connell's Instagram and write on his most recent picture. This was a week ago.
yeah,
Just apropos of nothing, just write. Everyone wrote the same exact message, which was your video leaked and we saw it.
and just
And
pages
so
of that,
just
and
pages and pages and pages of it, which was, you can imagine if you got that on your Instagram, like, fuck, what video was it? Me, am I naked? Like, what did I do? And so we never heard what his reaction was.
And then even when we asked him to be on the show, he was like, cool. And so he will be hopefully calling in a second or two.
Maybe he's got to drive down to the Taco Bell because he lives up in the hills, I think. And he goes down. For people that don't know, he doesn't like it when his wife and daughters get on the internet. So he has to go. He'll drive down to there's a Taco Bell near him and like maybe a McDonald's, and they have Wi-Fi. So he'll go out in the parking lot and use their Wi-Fi. That's how Jerry O'Connell joins us on this show.
And so we'll see where he's calling. Sometimes he'll call from a mall. Sometimes he'll call here. Now, look, Jerry's out and about. Like, Jerry's not like us. He wears his mask. He's safe in the world, but he is, like, I saw him working out yesterday. Like, he's working out in an outdoor gym wearing his Paramount Plus mask. He's ready to go at any given moment. Yeah. So
now why is he plugging Paramount Plus all the time?
Because he's on that Star Trek show. But what can you do? I mean, he's talking about plugs. I will show you. Can I show you maybe like a little retrospective of what I've been up to over quarantine?
Yeah, you were telling me about this.
Yeah, so I kind of did yeah, go ahead.
I wasn't clear whether this was something that you felt like was a new thing in your life. Like, is this a positive new hobby for you, or what is it?
Yeah, so basically, for me, I kind of just wanted to capture myself in quarantine, and what I've been up to. And so just kind of like I took a photo of myself, through all the months. And so I'll just show you, like, this is me right when quarantine started, just like kind of hanging on the couch.
All through the year of, you can see how you changed. Yeah. Oh, wow, you look so much younger there. For sure. Yeah.
And then this is me just, just kind of chilling out.
Different tracksuit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit like bummed out there, a little bit bummed out. And then this is obviously oh man, this is a good month. This is April. April was a little bit more stressful for me. Yeah, that was stressful.
Yeah. You look like it's starting to wear on you there. I can tell.
Yeah.
Just from your body language, Paul, and knowing you so well, I know what you're.
Yeah.
I can tell you're dealing with a lot of stress, maybe some anxiety there, a little bit of depression.
Then kind of moved it to the car, moved the car a little bit, just kind of.
I guess this is where you're going to mention the brand of the car.
No, I don't need to mention it. Just sort of like, just anywhere to sleep, anywhere to lay down on the couch.
I know you always plug it.
Love it. And look, and then basketball season started, so that was exciting for me.
There you are.
Yeah, I got to put on my costume, my basketball costume.
Yeah, I didn't know that you did that. So are you? That's pretty COVID safe.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, no, I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed in my house. I was excited for basketball season.
Oh, this is at your house.
Okay. Oh yeah, and then this is that was back again, a little bit rough.
You like to wear a lot of Adidas stuff, I noticed, for sure. You probably
do. Sadly, I do. And then then I was getting in shape. I got into shape for a little bit.
Anyone ever told you that you look in this picture? This is weird because it is probably just the lighting.
Yeah.
You look so much like a young Harrison Ford. Go back to that.
I don't see it. I mean, I don't say it was just for me. It was just me, just kind of like, just working out.
You, dude, like you look like so much like a young Harrison.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Yeah, thank you.
I'm not really giving you a compliment. it's just a fact. I don't know Harrison Ford. I don't know if he's cool or not.
I bet you he'd be really cool. You know what? We got Jerry O here. I see him.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Hey, Jerry, buddy.
Yes. The king. Uh-oh.
Are you in the car with your kids? Hey, what's going on, man?
Hello. Hi, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry. You're on. Yeah, you're. Oh, he just lost it. All right. All I know so far is that Jerry has grown a mustache, which was a shock to me, and his kids are going to be joining him tonight.
That didn't look like his kids. That looked like a younger.
Let's see.
I hope he didn't take someone else's kid.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey,
guys.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, we can hear you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. Hi. Hi. Yeah,
Hi.
we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yes.
Yep.
I can't hear anyone.
Oh.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Come on.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so embarrassed, guys. This is so embarrassing.
No problem. Who are you in the car with?
I can kind of.
You can kind of hear them.
Hey.
Hey,
I'm
there's
here
some
with.
kids.
I'm so embarrassed, guys. I don't even know what's happening here.
You're
Do you have earphones?
Oh yeah. There we
Can
go.
you-
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. Why did you?
Oh.
Classic. Classic Jerry. What if this was a real talk show? What if it was like a real? What if this was like
This is
fucking
even
Oprah?
better. All right, here we go. Back in. Hey, buddy.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys.
Jerry.
Hi, girls.
What's going on?
Hi, girls.
Hey, girls. Can you say hello? We're on the internet.
Hi. It's Rob Hubel and Paul Scheer, your favorite comedians.
What
Rob
what do
Hubel,
you
Paul Scheer. Guys are
What-
huge fans. Remember, Paul was on Yo Gabba Gabba when you were a child.
Yeah,
I
I was
can't-
in I Love You Man, and
He was in Transparent. Rob Hubel,
I don't know that they would have seen that, but yeah, this is
Transparent? No,
tough.
we showed them Transparent.
good.
what are the O'Connells out doing tonight? What are you guys
Where
up
are you
to?
guys going?
We are enjoying some dining outside. You can eat outside here in Los Angeles.
Okay,
so
nice.
We thought
Did
we'd
you-
come out.
You
My
walk
wife
away from your family like that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave them in the car. I mean, they're on their phones anyway. I mean, I guess we're
Yeah.
all on our phones.
Are you back in that
but my
mall
children-
parking lot, by the way?
Yeah, I do come to this. I do have to come to a mall to do this because the Wi-Fi is very good right here, as you can see. It's a
Great.
different. It's an outdoor parking lot. This is the Wizen Center. It's right off the 101. You can see the 101 sort of rolling right in back of me.
Yeah, it's great. Great Wi-Fi.
Yeah, great Wi-Fi. This is a
Yeah.
great looking thing. Jerry, I know that you probably have limited time, but I wanna.
No, I have hours.
Oh, great.
Well,
You left
we have limited time.
Well, you
Our
left
time is-
you left the window open a crack for the kids, though, right?
Yeah.
So they can breathe in.
It's a little chilly out. So I close it up. Once it gets super fogged, I know I got to go in there and let them out. Hey, actually, a big week for my children. They're 12. Hey, girls, what did Daddy get you this week?
What
Oh,
was
what?
it?
You're a little louder, girls. Come on, you got to project in showbiz.
My dad got us our first phone.
Your first
Whoa.
phones. Whoa. What did you get? Did you get
Congratulations.
Androids or iPhones? What did he do?
Androids or iPhones?
iPhone.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good dad. Who's that? Wait, who's that? Who's in the back? Who's in the way back?
Bailey, they're asking who you are. This is their very good friend Bailey. Bailey, say hi.
Hi,
Get
Bailey.
out of here, Bailey. No, Bailey. Get out.
Guys,
Wait,
remember,
tell-
no provocative selfies to boys. Now, do you have those phones? You know that, right? None of that stuff. You got to tell them that stuff. I'm not joking. You got to talk to them. It's about communication, you know?
You're a great dad. What
A
a
great
dad.
dad.
Yeah, I also tell them they play a game called Roblox, which is sort of an online game that they play.
Yeah.
And girls, when you play Roblox, what do I tell you? Everyone who's communicating with you is what? Is an old man. Even if they say they're a little girl, it's going to be an old Chechnyan man. I tell them that.
You're a great dad. You are a great dad, Jerry.
Yeah, I've got
Jerry,
this. I've got it.
What is this? What is this all about? I love it. I really like it. What is it?
I'm going to tell you what this is.
Yes.
This is called COVID. I have no job.
Yeah, that's the way
And
to.
I'm just growing it.
Let
And
me
I've
tell you.
never grown a mustache.
I grew one last year, and at first I was like, I felt bad about it. I felt like, oh, are people looking at me like I have like whatever. I felt like there was a stigma to it, and then it felt incredibly powerful to have that mustache. I was sad to see it go.
Yeah.
It's a good looking
Never
stash,
had
Jerry.
one. This is unfortunately about 3 months of growth on our face, which is crazy.
That's great.
But
Teeth
you
look
know,
great too, and your nose hair situation is great.
I
People are telling me to
I do
zoom
wanna
out.
say
I have no
something.
control over Jerry's camera.
Paul, zoom out. Come on, this is weird, Paul. Paul, zoom out. Paul, stop. Paul, stop. But you know what's funny about this mustache is I like to right when I get out of the shower, and you know there's like the like moisture on your mirror,
Yeah.
like the layer of moisture. I get out of the shower and I wrap a towel around my waist, and then that moisture's on the mirror, and I wipe it, and I look at myself in the mirror and I go, "You're in too deep, man. You can't get out."
He's
Who
got
are
kids.
you?
Kids in the car. He's got kids
Who
in
are
the
you?
car.
You're
Jerry,
in
this
too
should be
deep, man.
He's doing like
That's what I do.
drug detective
please
movie.
please make
Yeah,
that
like
your please
undercover.
put that on yeah, you got to put that on Instagram. We need to see like every morning you waking up after your hard undercover nights.
Donnie
you
Brasco. Donnie
you
Brasco. You gotta get out. You gotta
you
get
as
out, Brasco.
you as Lawrence
fuck are
Fishburne working for the corrupt Jeff Goldblum in Deep Cover, which is a great movie, by the way.
Jerry, I've been dying to ask you for a
Yeah.
week, and
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think it's maybe anticlimactic, but last week, Paul and I pulled a really funny prank on you where we had all of the viewers from this show, we told them to go to your Instagram and to write a very specific comment in your Instagram. And the comment was, "Your video leaked and we saw it."
Hundreds
And
of
thought
comments.
we thought that this would freak you out because it was like so many people writing, "We saw your video, it leaked," you know, and we thought that you would.
And I called it. He didn't see it. You didn't see it, I bet.
You didn't even see it, did you?
I thought you guys texted me about it.
Well,
We
we did
did.
afterwards because we were worried that you might be upset.
Oh, I mean, no. I mean, there's going to be a couple of pictures of me out. There's a couple of penis shots of me out there. I mean, they're out there, you know.
But to the
do you
degree
want?
you were not at all concerned that thousands of people wrote on your Instagram, "Your video leaked and we saw it." That didn't upset you?
I mean, I gotta say, there's some nudie photos of me out there. What do you want? Like, it's
Wait,
just out there.
do you think that there are any pictures of your penis in the world, in the internet?
Yeah.
Can you
There are.
frame the shot so your daughters aren't in the background when we're talking to you about this?
Oh, yeah.
That's no. We don't want to look at your kids while we're talking about your dick.
No, actually, it's a good lesson because they just got phones and they should know when you take a selfie to send to someone, then you're part of that hack and that's it. It's over. And it doesn't matter if it's your phone or someone else's phone.
Tell them that.
No, don't make him do. Don't make him involve his kids. Don't make him involve his kids.
No, Paul, you got to have these conversations. Like
My
your
kids are
about to get phones too.
They're 4 and 6. They're not going to get phones. They have
phones, man.
They have a Kindle Fire. I'm downloading.
You got to tell these kids. You got to tell these kids. You got to tell them what's what.
All right,
Who am
my wife.
Fucking deep, man.
My wife.
Too deep.
June. All right, so June is mad at me because Gus really loves basketball. He loves basketball, and right now, like, as he's been playing basketball, we've been watching a lot of basketball. We talk a lot of basketball, and so June's like, you need to get him into things that are not just so male-dominated. These men can't be his heroes, and I'm like, absolutely. Well, let's do something else. So anytime she catches me and him watching like a Star Wars or NBA, she's like, you got to counterbalance. You got to do this. I'm always trying, and so she's away with the kids right now, and she started having him watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and Gus loves it, but he has gone around now and is starting to call people bitches. And now, like, I love that June was so proud. She's like, I am counterbalancing this toxic male energy that is being brought in, and now he is going around calling everybody. I've heard my son say the word bitch.
Say that.
I was like talking to June on the phone last night, and I just hear him go, "Sam, you're such a bitch."
Jerry, did you think about your girls are twins, right?
You should have your kids lip sync for their lives. If you really watch RuPaul's Drag Race, like pound for pound, it is arguably the funniest show on television. The writing, the zingers,
Oh yeah, he's great.
zingers that they come up with, and it's so funny. I wonder if they add them in later because they're so good. There's no way.
I know a secret. They have a very talented team making sure that they're covered. It's almost like the Academy Awards. Like they are all feeding Rue.
I understand
yeah.
that. I understand that. But the zingers are so good in Drag Race, it must be done in post-production because there's no way one or two people are coming up with those jokes. And there's no way they're so good and funny and so rapid fire. I mean, there was one where someone was wearing an ankh, you know, like an Egyptian ankh
Yeah.
on their head. And they had like ankh you, ankh off, like they had 40 ankh jokes. And I was like, there's no way this was a room of writers who spent like, they were like, give us your best 50 ankh jokes. And it really is pound for pound one of the funniest shows. It really is. We watch it a lot with our kids as well.
I did the RuPaul podcast, and he is a legitimately like he's like so funny, and he's been doing it for such a long time. But I remember like when I was a kid, like Milton Berle came out on stage with him for like some MTV Music Award or whatever, and Milton Berle was basically like slammed Rue, like, and made some sort of just, you know, even for the time, inappropriate joke at Rue's expense. Rue did not like miss a beat and was like, "Shut up, you old fucking crusty old man."
Right.
Like she just, like she has like has
Milton,
been, yeah.
I think that's crazy that Milton did that. I'm pretty sure Milton did some.
That was all he used to do. Like, I mean, he always,
right?
yeah. I mean, like in the shows, but it's still like if you look,
would have been like a baton passing or something.
no, but you know that guy's not going to
don't
be
know.
like supporting that. You know,
Well,
so
he
like,
has passed on. So let's not like talk about the dead and like make this like let's just talk about the dead thing, Paul. I mean, like
Jerry, sorry to interrupt, but behind you, I
just want to
just
say
saw,
to any.
Jerry, someone's smoking in the car. Someone, I just saw a lighter. I
Hey,
think
are
someone-
you guys vaping? Are you guys vaping? Are you vaping? Is anyone vaping in here? No, don't even joke with that crap. Come on, it's not even funny. Well, this is the new thing. They can't just have water bottles. They have to have this fucking $80 hydro flask.
Jerry, you can't spoil them with fancy water bottles. Come
We
on.
live in Calabasas. This is like their status. I have to get them this, or else they'll be at the bottom of the chain. The bottom.
You gotta
Yeah.
keep them grounded, Jerry. You gotta keep them grounded.
I will say though, the water out of these hydro flasks tastes
so much better.
so sweet.
It's so. I
like,
mean, it's worth it.
No.
It's
like,
it's so
it's
good.
like the sweet nectar. It's that H2O nectar.
Oh, I can't drink
Fucking
water out of
water at
regular
all.
glasses anymore.
have
No,
you-
no.
Jerry, have you been fighting the phone thing for a couple of years? Like 12 seems like a good age, but like it seems like
Yeah,
if they're kids, like my 4-year-old wants a phone.
yeah.
What really?
You know, we've been fighting it for a while. We were actually. I'll tell you a big reason why I got them the phone. When I was in junior high, I grew up in New York City, and I had a couple of friends who lived in the Chelsea Hotel, the famous Chelsea Hotel on 23rd Street,
Mhm.
where Sid Vicious hung out and other
Yeah.
famous people, famous musicians. Sorry, I'm forgetting everybody's name right now, but I'm sorry. I just took an edible before I took these pills. Just hit me.
Dude, we just had Seth on. Seth Rogen has his whole weed company just started now.
Seth Rogen on
Oh,
talking
right.
about his weed company.
Yeah. What kind
Yes.
of what kind of edible is kicking in for you right now?
I was joking. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm driving children. I was joking about that. I couldn't come up with like Tom Waits' name or whatever. But
I'm glad that you did clarify it because that is good that we did.
I feel like the Chelsea Hotel was like the Ramones and probably I mean who else?
it
Like
wasn't the Ramones. No, it was. I think it was like Leonard Cohen and Janis Joplin. It was Janis
Yeah.
Joplin, Leonard Cohen, like all these people. Whatevs. I had a friend that I went to junior high school with, and I went to her house after school. Nothing sexual. It was nothing sexual. And I went in there.
No one suggested that it was sexual.
No, it wasn't. No, I saw you. I saw your eyes. I saw your eyes, Rob. I saw you like go like.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't do that.
But it wasn't
Sexual.
sexual at all.
You're into
It's too close. Too close. Too close.
too close.
Zoom out, Paul. Zoom out. Zoom out. Paul.
No, I
Zoom out,
can't
zoom out,
zoom. I
zoom
can't
out,
zoom out.
zoom out.
Oh my gosh.
Zoom,
We're
zoom,
too
zoom.
close. Zoom out.
But I went to my friend's house, and she didn't have a television in the apartment that she was living in. And there were some kooky people who lived in the Chelsea Hotel, like artist types. And my family was kind of arty, but we had a TV, and I remember being like, I can't believe this girl doesn't have a TV. And I was always like, and I know her parents were probably trying something, and I'm sure I know she was smarter than me, and she read and had a vocabulary and whatever. But like, there were also lessons to be learned from Give Me a Break, from Family
Facts of
Ties,
life. Yeah.
from Facts of Life, Tootie, no roller skating in the house. There were things to learn from that, lessons, different strokes.
Yeah.
Three's Company.
Yeah,
But,
we know these are shows.
Small Wonder.
I remember I didn't learn any lessons from Small Wonder.
Well, you wouldn't, if you had a robot child in your house,
Yeah, but that was all fake. I looked at that and I was like, this is fake.
yeah.
You're wrong. I was talking about shows that were about real life.
Oh yeah. Wow. Now we're gonna really break.
All right. Yeah, Blair's
It's just
sister. Blair's sister had cerebral
Silver
palsy.
spoons. Silver spoons taught us about. It's really about the love, not about money.
Just like, it's about love, not about money. I mean, like,
Right.
but like, you have to bring up Small Wonder. That wasn't based in reality. That was a fake ass show.
Oh,
Why do you have to
wow.
bring
Right.
up some
Man,
fake
wow,
ass show?
wow.
I got some of my references are a little dated. I'm old, so I'm sorry.
Jerry,
Stupid show, make believe. Sci-fi.
wow. All right. Wow. We didn't even need to get.
Sorry, guys.
Jeez, we did not need to get
But I
you
was
all
about to
pissed
make
off.
a point about like my kids and like raising them and stuff, and you have to bring up some totally
Jeez.
make
Oh
believe
no.
shitty
That's,
show.
now you're gonna get Jerry
Scheer,
to fucking.
Scheer,
Yeah.
Scheer. Hold on
Yeah.
a second, Jerry. Take Jerry out. I got to
All
talk
right.
to Scheer for just
Yeah.
a minute. I
Sure.
gotta
Yeah.
talk to
Yeah.
Scheer.
What's yeah.
The fuck, man? He's like
I know he's
going.
he's going.
He's
Look,
going crazy on me.
I thought we were gonna get like moving out because we got Phil. Phil's like right on deck. He's
This
been
is
waiting.
our show,
Oh, no,
and he's pissed at me.
I know.
Because of Small Wonder. All right,
All right, let's bring it back.
Bring it back.
Oh, no.
Hey,
oh no, he's mad. Oh no, he's
Fucking
mad. Look,
Small
oh,
Wonder.
Shit.
No,
All right.
you better not.
Oh no,
right.
Jerry.
I'm sorry.
Listen,
Jerry,
I
it
went
was really.
to my friend's house. And she
This
had
is still
no
the
TV.
story.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the end of this. And I thought to myself,
this is a long story.
I was never able to look at her the same.
Because she didn't
Right.
have a TV.
I hear what you're saying. So it's two, and so you don't want
My
your kids to
kids-
be, yeah.
My kids begging for phones, always begging for phones. And finally, we were just sitting down and we were watching PBS. It's what we do.
Really? Your kids were watching PBS?
Yeah, well, we weren't watching fucking Small Wonder, some fake ass.
Oh,
sci-fi
Jesus
comedy.
Christ! You got him
I'll
started
take
again.
him
All right,
out.
all
I'll
right.
take
No,
him
no,
out.
hold on.
No, don't do that.
Hey,
him out,
yeah, he's getting too mad. He's
I
getting
gotta
too
tell you,
aggressive.
man. I think Jerry is like, he's become so aggressive on the
yes,
show.
I know. Well, yeah,
He's
you know,
attacking
he's getting. And look, we have Phil coming up. All right, let's just see. We'll try
You're
to get
not
it
even
right.
defending me. You need to defend me.
All right.
Say, no, you don't tell them not to take me out.
Hey,
Tell them.
No.
we're back.
Don't take me out of the room, right?
Hey, it's okay, girl.
What's
No.
that?
No, they're saying take him out.
Rude.
They're saying take him out. They're saying take him out. All right, Jerry, that's it for you. That's it. We're done.
No,
Your kids,
no.
you're
No,
out of here.
anyway, I
You're
just
out of
wanted to
here.
tell you,
No.
My kids were like that kid. Don't you ever.
Stop. Jerry. Hubel, we ran over, so we have I want to bring up our next guest real quick. We'll give out.
I thought Phil was coming on at 7. Did we fuck it up?
No, he come out at 6:50. Oh, he's. But let's bring him in here. This is all right. So let me introduce our next guest. Our next guest, not only an Emmy award-winning writer for the TV show Insecure. He wrote on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He is an actor who has a brand new. Yes, but he has a brand new show that's coming on NBC that he created. But tonight he is here to talk about and his music, really, which is awesome. Please welcome Phil Augusta Jackson. What's up, Phil?
That's good. Can y'all
Yes,
hear me?
yes.
Are we live?
Yes, we're live.
This is tight. It's great to
This
see
is-
y'all. It's been a minute.
Sorry,
I know.
I fucked it up. I thought you were coming on at 7. I fucked it all up. I was
No.
dicking around with Jerry.
I've just been watching the show and kind of trying to clean my room, and yeah, no, it's all good. We're good over here, man.
Man, how
It's
are
good to see
you?
you too. It's really good to see both of y'all. It's very, very good to see y'all. I'm doing well.
We
Has
you
it been
know
a year? Has it been a year since we've seen each other?
I think so. I mean, on the last Facebook show that we did before everything went down with the pandemic
we
and
all
shit.
we all performed together at UCB for people that don't live in LA, and we fucking have not. I've seen Scheer like twice in person. Phil, I have not seen you.
but it's
Yeah.
always from a distance. And but Phil, you've been in this kind of weird zone where you have not only you've been working, which I feel like a lot. Some people have been working, some people haven't been working, and but you've also been like you've been able to be like incredibly creative during this time too. Like I'm very impressed with
Keeping
what.
me sane.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much. I mean, I'm thankful. Obviously very thankful to be writing and working during this time. It's really nuts out here. But I think because I haven't been able to perform with you guys weekly and not doing ASCAT and stuff like that. I've been making music since I was like in elementary school. But I think the pandemic. I think if there is a silver lining, at least for me creatively, I got to pour a little bit more energy into the music. So
I will say this too. Like so I've known you for a while, right? But I've known you as a writer, I've known you as a performer, and then when you dropped this like track early on in the pandemic with a video that was great, and it was shot again in pandemic times, it looked like super. I mean, for me anyway, it looked like high quality. Like you got to do this whole thing. I did not know that this is like a whole other side to you because like one night I just went on a YouTube wormhole and just went and watched all your shit. You have like some great stuff. Like this has always been something that you've been working on.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I had musical aspirations before I found improv, before I found acting, before I found writing. So, I think what it's morphed into is kind of a therapeutic thing. I write music just to kind of get whatever's inside out and it's more of just a creative expression. But I think music is like my first love. So I think I'll always make music in some capacity. And yeah, that's the rabbit hole that you found. It's just me, every couple of years I'll release something and whoever hears it. And that's
And they're always like really well produced, good videos. I'm like, shit, this is so crazy.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I was the same thing, man.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, I didn't even know because we just know you as a super funny improviser and writer and performer, and then to see you have this whole other, I was like, "Fuck, man, what am I doing? I don't have.
Man, stop.
I don't have the. But anyway, so
well, here's what I'll say about you, Phil. Like when we were talking about this on the show the other week, like I don't want anybody who does piloting like a plane as like a hobby. Like I'm like, hey, I'm a pilot or I'm a whatever. Like I'll do one or the other. I don't need you to do
with
that.
You on that one.
Right? Yeah. Like just like be pilot, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have to say, for somebody who is as successful as you are as like a writer and creator, you have a show coming out, like a legitimate network TV show coming out on NBC.
NBC Grand Crew coming in the fall. Tune in, please.
So you have that, but your music is also like it's shocking because it's like, oh, you're doing two things at very high levels very well. Like that's the thing that like what's different.
Annoying. I find it annoying.
Oh man. Well, I will say this: if you went down the rabbit hole, if you go back, I'm just always trying to get better and just trying to improve. Do you know what I mean? So the thing I released last September is, I think, miles better than the thing I released in 27, which is miles better than the thing I released in 2013, which is miles better than the stuff I was doing in college, which is miles better than high school, and so on.
I
and
want
so
that
on and
college. I want that college shit.
those
man.
kind-
Oh, the
That's
stuff
what
on
I'm-
CD.
Yeah.
Man, it's
But-
so lo-fi. There's some people that probably still have it somewhere in their attic. You know, the old Alapania records, discs, and stuff like that.
I remember
So,
that, man.
nice.
Everybody I was in college with, I got a CD. I was like, I'm holding on to this. You never know who
Gotta-
you're gonna get. What are you gonna get out
Gotta
of it?
have the CD, man. You gotta have it on deck.
But you are. But I was gonna say you're like. But this one seems different to me a little bit. Like this seems like it's also like kind of growing equally as quick. It doesn't seem like this is like just a side project. I mean, it seems like
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think what happened was a couple of things. Like, I realized I still do love music, and the more that I put it out there, the more that I just, you put something out there, you want it to be good. I met this producer, his name's Nick Lee, and I think that kind of opened up some collaborative and creative juices that I hadn't experienced before, because I was producing all my stuff for a while, and I think once I kind of stopped doing that and was like, all right, let me just actually be an artist, but an artist that influences the production but isn't fully trying to do both sides of
Everything,
that puzzle.
yeah.
Exactly. Once I let go of the reins in that capacity, I think that opened up, things lyrically. I started experimenting a little bit more. And also, I think all the people in my life, all the friends in my life were all growing as artists. So, my guy, Jarek Conaway, who directed my last video, like, I've known him since college, and he's gotten better as a director. So now that we're converging and collaborating, we're all kind of meeting at a place where we're more improved, from where we were at like years ago. So just trying to grow out here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like we're gonna we had some tech issues because we were gonna have you do a song, but what we're gonna do is actually play one of your videos. But one time we should get you on here or we can see you do it live. But this is a great video. I'm gonna say it's a world premiere. It's not a world premiere, but I'm gonna just make it. Why? Let's
call it a world premiere.
Let's call it a world premiere.
Let's call it
a world premiere, and we'll bring it up. Let me make sure I'm gonna do this the right way because I want to make sure I give you. I don't want to mess this up. All right, so hold on one second.
Don't fuck it up, Paul.
I'm gonna actually stand up and make sure. Hold on.
I haven't seen you in so long, Paul. Please.
This will be classic Paul if he fucks it
Classic
up.
Scheer.
Classic Scheer. Phil, are you still out at the beach, or did you?
No.
okay.
I'm back in Los Feliz.
Okay.
I was just there for the first season of
Insecure.
The first season I did on Insecure, season 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't won an Emmy, by the way. I haven't.
Wait, you
I've been
haven't?
nominated a couple times. No.
I
was
thought you were
nominated
in
for
that
Insecure, nominated
Paul-
twice for
Paul
Key and
does-
Peele,
Wait
but-
a second.
Paul
I
doesn't
thought
check it.
that.
Paul doesn't check that. He
Wait,
doesn't check
I
it.
thought Insecure won for best writing last. Oh, but it was maybe the season before you got on.
I don't think Insecure's won.
Oh man,
Paul
all right,
doesn't
I
know.
I
messed
think
up.
they won. Insecure's won one for.
I gotta
editing,
tell you,
maybe?
Phil, you're the first guest we've had on the
Wow.
show to ever correct that. Like, if someone says that you won an Emmy, no one.
I don't want people walking around here thinking that I did things I didn't.
You know what?
I would love one.
By the way, you deserve one. But you know what is funny? I was looking at because I was like making sure I got all the credits right, and I was looking at some NPR thing that you did, and I thought I
Yeah.
read Emmy. All right, well, look,
It's probably
no one-
nominated. Look,
Yeah.
I'm fantastically flattered by this. So I appreciate you, but I gotta let the people listening know. That's it.
All right, that's it.
There we
I
go.
got it.
Okay, this is
all ready.
Headspace, directed by Jarek Conaway. He's a beast. Yeah.
And this is recent, right? This isn't
is
college. Yeah. This
yeah,
isn't
no, this is
college.
recent. This is the last music video I wrote.
And I'm gonna actually
Nice.
pop us up big screen, so we will not be on the screen for a second because I
Okay,
want
great.
people. To
I'm not
see
going to
it.
talk over this.
All right, here
Hope
we
y'all
go.
enjoy it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Pass that. I woke up, I smoked up, took a walk, shown up, started thinking about life. I really smoked, I choked up, sunset, sun rose, rain running, mind froze, heart warm, hands cold, not young, but not old. And now I'm roaming down the street with new eyes, same feet, new vision, old dreams, new path, same team, blue sky, serene, dark clouds, unseen. What's it all mean? I don't know. I'm trusting that when it gets dark, I'ma find light. Gonna smoke weed, I'ma need a light. Gonna get high for the insight. Trying to get it right, trying to get it tight. Swerving through it all like a pedal bike. Trying to leap high like Mike, so I'm high like flight or a kite. Trying to do the right thing like Spike in the mic, and I might just make it.
Footsteps to the bottom of the hill, headed east easy on a Sunday. Walking nowhere, trying to figure it out. Is it all gonna go my way? So I'm headed down, 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 Just know that it won't be what I expect. Twists and turns and roads diverging on this track. All alone, I'm in my zone, I'm getting lost. Hit a road that I don't know if I should cross. But I cannot turn around and come too far. So I keep on going, hoping I don't fall. What if I do? I gotta get back up. Walking through life, just tryna stack up. Tryna do my thing, tryna get my racks up. Tryna improve, tryna get my stats up. Footsteps to the bottom of the hill, headed east easy on a Sunday. Walking nowhere, trying to figure it out. Is it all gonna go my way? So I'm headed down, 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 down. Walking all around, round, 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 down in my headspace.
Boom. Whoa. That
Yes,
Yeah.
dude.
is
Yes.
awesome.
Oh man, thanks y'all. Thanks for
Phil,
having me on here.
Phil,
Yeah.
how did you do the part where you're a giant? Like, how did they? Are you? Because Paul was telling me there's a thing that they do now where people like take different vitamins and supplements, and they can actually grow physically to that
Yeah.
size.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, well, that would be terrifying. Like, I haven't seen that in my neighborhood where I live, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, did you actually grow to that size? Like,
Yeah, no, I actually I thought you were gonna say something about like CG and green screen. That's
Yeah.
actually, but the reality is I took a pill that temporarily made me
That's cool. Yeah.
150 feet tall. We just dedicated a day to it.
fuck.
Shot all the big scenes while I was
Well,
big. It was very painful.
Because I was
going
gonna
to
say,
that
yeah. Because I
size.
was gonna say, like, what was interesting was you could tell that it was a CGI moment. They had to, because you shot the big scenes on a different day than you shot the small guy scenes,
Exactly.
and that,
And
yeah,
then-
and they had to blend that.
Exactly.
That, yeah, you can
Yeah,
tell that.
yeah.
But I mean, besides that, it's yeah, you can,
But
the
when
big,
you were big, like it would be for me, if I got
Mhm.
to be 150 feet tall, I
Yeah.
feel like I would just go King Kong on people and just like destroy LA and go crazy.
But see,
And it's
you
so
would-
cool that you didn't
think
do
that
that.
there'd be a Hulk thing that happens when you become
Yeah.
that large,
Yeah,
but that
yeah.
didn't happen. Actually, the bigger you are, the more gentle you are. So the
Ah,
term
that's
gentle
beautiful.
giant, I think,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
applicable there. So the
Dude.
bigger I got, the more gentle I was. I actually hopped into the ocean, cleaned up some trash. Had some
Ah.
see, that's
whales,
amazing. And
things
you were
of that
doing that,
nature.
and then you also had a production
Yeah.
schedule that day too. So that's a lot. I
Yeah.
gotta say, Phil, just so you know, I don't know if you've been able to see it, but the reaction in the chat is
People
like,
are going crazy.
Oh, I
crazy
can't see it.
for
Oh
it.
man, thanks so much. y'all. I really appreciate
People
it.
are just like, it's
You know,
Where do
beautiful.
people find out more about you? Where do they find your music?
Well, I would love it if you could look me up on Spotify and follow
Yes.
me on Spotify. I'm going to be releasing music all year. I got a song coming out next Friday called 100 with my guy Echo Kellum, who's starring in my show on NBC. I got a new EP I'm going to drop around September in the fall.
Is Carl
And
Tart still on the show, or has he been
Carl
fired?
Tart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl Tart is absolutely on the show.
Because
He
I was
is
making a move to get
impossibly funny.
I was trying to replace Carl Tart with me, but NBC
Okay.
said no, they're not going to do that.
Why? I see no.
That's the thing is like
complications with
I
that.
was saying that we are the same types, and
Yeah.
they said no, like Carl's different. He's funny. He's African American. You're not. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well,
That's
whatever.
funny because I hear that you guys are always going out for the same.
I mean,
girl.
Rob is
the
always
same.
Yeah.
losing to Carl. And
that's the word on the street.
Yeah.
Dude, your show. I'm so psyched about your show. But what
Thanks
a,
so much.
But
dude,
I put
what
it
a
up here.
fucking
This is
crazy. So psyched for you, dude, that you have
Thanks so much, Rob. I
all of
appreciate
this happening at the same time. A fucking NBC show that you created, and all of this great music.
and
So
writing on
dope.
one of the I think one of the good shows on TV right now. One of the
Yeah,
best shows.
check
Like,
out Insecure. Insecure season 5 is about to,
you
I'm
wrote
about
that.
to drop, but
You wrote the Thanksgiving episode last year, right?
I
I'm
did.
not-
Of
yeah,
season 4, episode 403. Yeah.
that was a great episode, and I'm so excited.
Thanks so much.
I mean, I know it's your last season at Insecure, not yours, but the show's last
The
season.
show, yeah.
So I'm
yeah.
so excited to see. I'm like, it's interesting because I really like caught up with it during quarantine, and now I'm like, I'm sad to see these characters go. I don't want to see them go.
It's it's the awesome thing about that is that I was such a fan of the show before I started working on it. Like at the level of like having Sunday viewing parties and talking about where I thought they would go with it, et cetera, et cetera. So writing on that show was a dream. Issa's incredible. Prentice, the showrunner, is also awesome. Everybody that works there is great. They really set up a good environment for
So
success
are you writing your show right now?
We are doing all the like producerial logistical things, trying to figure out studio, lot space, writer's room, et cetera, et cetera.
How many masks
we're
to order?
We're gonna start writing in May.
All right, very exciting. Well, Phil, you can follow Phil on Spotify. I'll show it again. It's Phil Augusta Jackson. So there it is. And there's also the corkboard sessions, which is part of this whole thing too. So
that's just gonna be a rollout, a single every other month or so. If I finish a couple more songs, I might release a couple in April, and a couple in May. But that's all gonna lead up to the kind of cohesive project in the fall.
And you can check out all these videos too on YouTube, all the videos.
It is cool to watch you like link up with, like you were talking about linking up with like a better producer, a better director. Like it is funny to just see, like in the few things that I've seen, like you can see you take quantum leaps forward as far as like production and like directing. It's like
even in like a couple months.
Thanks so much. And it's also like that. I think musically, I just needed to embrace that improv mentality. Just collaborate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's so much better when you have people that have brains that aren't like yours.
Right.
And I think that's unlocked, at least the current trajectory, which has felt really just fun, which is, I think in this day and age right now has been.
I don't get it any other way. Like, I don't get it. Like, I feel like anytime you can kind of get somebody else, like you have to be on the same wavelength, right? On some level. But
absolutely,
like it's so much more fun to, I don't know, just for people to make you look better and you make them look better, and then
absolutely,
that's it. Like
it's making me miss improvising with you guys.
I know.
Me too, man. Me too, dude. We might be able to do it maybe this summer. Do you think it'll be back? I don't know.
I mean, LA's been pretty aggressive with the vaccine, so
I know.
We'll see, man.
How fun would it be to be able to improvise again?
I don't know if I still know how.
Oh, I don't know how. I
mean, we did pretty good with taking the big pill that made me. That
was pretty solid. Yeah.
I think that went pretty well.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid bit.
5 seconds of solid improv.
I think we did. It's like, we're ready.
Phil, it's been great to see you, buddy. Thank you for doing this,
great to see
and
we'll
see you soon. All right,
dude.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, you're the best. All right, bye-bye.
Good to see you, buddy.
Oh wow,
man,
Hubel, what a show, bud.
Good one. This is a good one, Paul. I gotta say that this was probably one of my favorite shows. I don't know how many I've done with you now.
Yeah, we've done a lot.
I feel like I'll say this. I've been bringing the heat every week.
Jesus Christ.
I do my best.
God.
And you kind of sometimes don't. You kind of fuck it up and you go, off on weird tangents, but I'm always solid, always consistent.
Yes.
So I can tell you that this was one of our best shows.
Oh, so I'm a part of that. All right, great. I'll take it.
Yeah, well, you were a very small part of it. I felt that I was good. My camera froze up a little bit. I don't know why, but I got this new backdrop of, I don't know where this is, maybe Austin, Texas. I'm not sure. But
you got a new backdrop. You got some lights,
great,
better microphone.
I felt great about what I did on the show. Certainly, Seth was one, I think, our biggest guest, right? And then
potentially
Phil fucking killing it. Jerry is always a favorite.
Laci just dropping the heat always.
So yeah, just a solid show all the way around. And if I were you, I would take a minute to apologize to the people in the chat.
I'm sorry, people in the chat. And by the way, if you're watching for the first time, Rob berates me a lot, but the Friend Zone is the channel. We do a bunch of different stuff here. Adam Pally has a show where he'll punch up your tweets. Hubel's going to be doing a show where we're listening to voicemails or maybe telling ghost stories. David Wayne does a piano show here on Monday nights. A bunch of fun shows coming up and around. So subscribe, and you don't have to pay us any money. Just like follow us and check in and see how the whole thing's going.
What about this? I was thinking about last week we had Beth Bears on the show, and she was talking about her feet and what was the website where you can see
WikiFeet.
WikiFeet? Yeah. What if we do a show about that, where celebrities come on and they show their feet? Would that be popular? I don't know what's
I
popular.
think it would be hugely popular, but I think it's terribly disturbing. I don't think we
Okay.
should be celebrity, but look, we should judge everybody by the new intro should be their wiki feed.
Yeah.
And I do, by the way, have one more great premiere party, but I'll save that for another guest. It was actually a great one with Jerry O'Connell. So that's a little thing. Well, more
the
dating.
premiere party is a recurring bit.
Yeah,
I think
we'll come back
I
to
think
that.
we got to, just because it's dumb and fun,
Yeah. I want to raid a guy that we actually launched on this channel to do his own channel. His name is Julian Villard. He's a piano man. And tonight, him and Scott Simons are from America's Got Talent are basically doing dueling piano bar. You pay them and money goes to charity. And they basically talk shit and do dueling pianos. But whatever you want, they cover. It's awesome. So I'm going to raid them. And we are every Thursday. Even though this is Friday, we're every Thursday. Thursdays with Rob and Paul. Come back
So
and
next
find
week
us.
will be on Thursday, right?
Absolutely. So
I think, can I tease what I think is happening next Thursday? I think we have Rich Summer from Mad Men, who is showing. Rich is going to show us a project that he did before he became famous, which was I'm fascinated by the first things that people have done. I used to do a show at UCB called The Shit Show, where you had to come on and show the worst thing you've ever been in ever, like the first commercial you ever did.
It might cut you off, Rob, because I hit the raid button. I don't want to cut you off, but yeah. But
anyway, so Rich Summer's on the show next week. He's going to show an abstinence Christian music video he made. So
it's going to be great. And hopefully we'll have a bracketologist on maybe to help us with the NCAA brackets. A lot of fun stuff. We never know who we're going to book because we don't really book them until moments before the show starts. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. And enjoy Julian Villard and his piano music. Here you go. Enjoy it.